People, 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 people. Please pay attention. And we're live. This is the People's Debate. Tonight, we're talking everything, anything, all things football that's relevant. We got NFL draft coming up. We got some rule changes. We got tush push. Should it be banned? Should it not? And of course, we have our 2020 redraft all in one show. I am your host, but as we all know, who cares? I am joined by the illustrious panel of brothers that I have with me. It's been a while, fellas. One, I missed y'all. I missed talking about something relevant about football. It hasn't been a lot, so I haven't been able to really, do my thing, even try to make videos because there's nothing really to talk about. But I'm glad you fellas are here with me. You didn't have to take the time of day to be here. You could have had millions of excuses not to be here. But before I give the floor to you fellas, of course, all glory to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I've been wrestling with a lot of things, but I'm glad I do have the convictions. It shows me something about myself. So all glory to the Most High. Again, I am joined by the illustrious panel that's been here, done that. Fellas, it's good to see you. How you doing? And of course, for anybody that doesn't know you guys, that's been under a rock, hasn't been watching the show, hasn't been supporting any of us, shame on you. Tell the people who you are, where you're from, where they can find you. Joe, lead the way, brother.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Joe, the sports mailman. So if you're trying to find me on TikTok, man. We're a part of different shows now, under the umbrella of the People's Debate and Poodle Picture Sports boys over there. Salute, man. If you want to find me, like, comment, follow, and let's get this party started.
Cody.
It's YT Cody. I'm gonna be on TikTok. You can follow me at the same name you see on the screen. Also, you can see me and Joe as well as Alex from the PPS over there on Sunday at the 9th inning stretch. We'll be live this week, and you'll see some good MLB talk. So tune into that.
And they saved the best for last. Today, I'm Sheriff West. New cowboy hat just came in today. Getting ready for summer. But yeah, you can find me on TikTok at JalenWest._. Got some football content that I'm about to push out now that we're getting closer to the draft. Right. And like Milton said, we actually got things to, push towards talking about now. So yeah, you can find me there. Also, I have my own show with my buddy Terrence, Drop the Mic podcast. He probably will be on this show later. He might pop up and make an appearance. I don't know. But yeah, shout out to him as well. So yeah, let's get the party started.
Fellas, it's been a minute, man. How has everything been? Is there any breaking news that's in y'all's lives? Any embarrassing news? I just want to chuckle a little bit. So.
Nah, man. It's just another day closer to the NFL draft, man. Look forward to that.
Cody, give me something, dude. Give me a orangutan popped up. I don't know. Give me some news. Life is hectic. I want to hear it.
Right. A lot of Facebook this week.
Okay. A lot of Facebook. Jalen, one real quick shout out to you, Jalen, bro. I didn't get to say it off air, so I'll say it on air. What you're doing on social media, I personally love it. Okay, I don't know what's changed. I don't know what steered you. Well, I know who steered you in the direction. But I truly, truly love it, dude. It makes my heart happy seeing you do what you're doing.
Oh yeah. So it was one day, just doing my normal routine, doing my daily devotion. And it just felt like I push football content and do all that. Why don't I push the good news? You know what I mean? Right. So I'm like, I can at least just share a scripture a day. It takes literally 30 seconds.
Right on.
So I was like, might as well. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been helping people out a lot. And you don't realize how much one scripture can change somebody's whole day. So I'm not doing it to get like blown up, and that's why I don't put hashtags. I don't do any of that. I literally just put a scripture. If it comes on your timeline, it was meant for you. I guess at that point, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But that's why I just started doing that. But I do have exciting news. The other day I was on the way home, and my darn truck broke down. So
you just posted a picture of that truck, didn't you?
Here's the thing. I think that was God telling me, like, hey, humble yourself. But all I said was y'all can keep the luxury cars. That's all I said. I didn't say I'm better than no one.
Right.
I just said y'all keep the luxury cars. I like my truck. And now my truck is currently in the shop. And I talked to the guy today, and they're saying it's a transmission. But I have warranty, so we're good. But unfortunate, because I just got my hat. I want to put on my boots and go drive my dang truck, but whatever. But luckily, I got home. I got home tonight because Milton, I was driving and I'm pushing the gas and I'm not getting no power from the truck. And I'm on one of the sketchier roads in Dallas called Harry Hines. I'm pretty sure y'all all heard of Harry Hines. It's a very sketchy road in Dallas, so I'm trying to get off of Harry Hines, but my truck is like, nah, we're just gonna stay here tonight. And so the RPM finally catches on. Right. Yeah. And so I get home, and when I get home, I try to like mess with it a little bit. I start hearing clanking noises, and I was like, "Oh, I'm leaving it alone." That's about it. So yeah, that's some exciting news.
So it did well both ways, right? So it did start working though to get you off of Harry Hines, huh?
Yeah. I got home that night and everything, and I got it on a tow truck the next morning. I was able to start it up, but now it's in the shop, and hopefully, fingers crossed, praying that. Because honestly, if it's a new transmission, I gotta get a new transmission. That's a brand new truck in my eyes.
Yes.
So
that's
true.
I'm
just hoping I don't have to come out of pocket too much. So that's what's happening right now.
Right on. That is some news. Also, like you said, you got a new hat. For all the hat connoisseurs out there, all the cowboys, all the wannabe cowboys, or people that just like a good cowboy hat, what goes into picking the right cowboy hat?
So first thing you want to look at what season you're in, okay? Because if it's a fall or the winter, you're going to get a different kind of material hat than the spring and summer. So that's the first thing you need to do is when are you trying to wear your hat? Because like this one right here is like straw material, okay? It's very light because it gets hot outside. I don't want to attract heat to my head. This is really just to block the sun out. Second, I guess color. You know what I mean? You want to look at what color you want.
Of course.
But yeah, you don't want like my black one back here. That's like a suede kind of, thicker material.
That's for like the winter time.
Yeah, that's my wintertime hat right there. Right. I'll go grab it real quick. So,
right on.
Yeah, and then the shape as well too. That's another thing.
Yeah, you'll see. So yeah, this is you can see the different material on this one. This one keeps you a little bit warmer.
Right on.
And this one, yeah, it's just to block the sun out and stuff like that. Especially if you work outside, you don't want to be attracted to heat. So, and then if you're also looking for a good cowboy hat, the more if you're looking on it'll have like a 5X or 10X or 20X. The more X's it is, the better the quality of the hat.
Interesting.
So yeah,
like better quality as in. What do you mean? What do you mean by better quality?
So like it's gonna be like pretty much if it has like a 5X versus a 10X. The 5X is going to be a little bit cheaper with material. Like it might be like the straw might not be as intact and everything like that. But if you get like let's say 100X straw hat, that thing's going to be pristine. Like, you know what I mean? Gotcha. So it's just, again, but it costs more. It's going to cost a lot more. Like this one's like a 50X. Like, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm is there 100X out there?
Oh, there's like 300X.
All right. Yeah. Never mind. That was a joke. Okay. All right. Never mind. Real quick comments, Jose, please stick around, brother. We got a lot to talk about, and I love to hear your opinion. Again, everybody that supports either the Drop the Mic pod, the People's Debate, mixed with, of course, the ninth inning stretch, please go follow the Puro Pinche Sports. They've been doing it longer than we have, and also the support is always appreciated from them brothers. Brandon, I hope I know who you are. If I don't, thank you for being here. If you're here on behalf of Joe, Cody, or Jalen, appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe if you have any love in your heart for us. Huh? And Great Balls Mendoza. Other than the Cowboys Yankee fan there, he's blatant, right? You already know everything that has to do with Joe down there.
Hey, but I like the name though.
Do you?
It's a funny name.
No, yeah, it is. It is. Makes you chuck. Who are your sports team? I'll start. As far as basketball, I'm not much of a basketball fan, but the last team I went for was the New York Knicks. I was a Knicks fan. So I'll stick. If they win a championship, guess who's getting a shirt? I am. So I am a Knicks fan. I don't watch basketball, so don't come at me for anything because I'm not going to be able to refute anything. Now, when it comes to football, I am a Patriots fan. You can make the jokes you want, but guess what? We got 6 of them. So, Jalen, please tell them.
So I know it's weird. I'm from Texas, but Texas sports, we have beef. So I'm an Eagles fan. I like winning. And then basketball, in the basketball world, I'm a Rockets fan. I am true to that when it comes to sports fan in Texas. I'm a Rockets fan, but I also respect the Spurs. Don't badmouth the Spurs, or I will slap you. I'm just kidding.
Okay. And Cody.
I am a Houston all the way, a Houston Texan, a Houston Rocket, a Houston Astro, and all that. Used to be Houston Arrows even too, but that's back in the day. People don't even know what that is, but yeah. Colt 45, you know what I mean? Everything, the whole 9. Oilers,
You got that Oilers, yes, sir.
Of course. Okay. And of course, Joe already has his team out there. But Joe, basketball-wise, is a Spurs fan.
Yeah.
CJ, what's up, brother? And one more comment. Felix, I don't know how to say that last name. Hey, Joe, help me out.
Meneses.
There you go. Yo, what up, Joe? Puto later, pinche Spurs. I said that like a true.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
did.
Let's just thank you. Appreciate
Hey,
that.
now you're invited to Carne Asada.
I appreciate it. That's in there now. Okay. Well, fellas, let's again, everybody that's here now, much appreciation. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you stick around. We have a lot to talk about. As you just saw, we do like the comments and we do read the comments. So if you have any input, you have any disagreements, you have any opinions, questions, please, the comment section is free and we will, of course, will get to it when we can. Joe, I want you to lead the way, brother. When it comes to these rule changes, talk to us and we'll just go from there.
Alrighty, so they did have the owners meeting / coaches meetings over this past couple of weeks. So the teams, coaches, etc., were going over what rules that they possibly wanted to change, and these were the rules that they did come up with this upcoming offseason. I'm gonna name a few and see what y'all think about it. So, so now if you're kicking in the end zone now, you're gonna be able to get the ball as a touchback at the 35. Now, I guess they're trying to encourage guys running out more. So it's going to be interesting to see next season how that happens with the kicking and stuff like that. Like at 35, some kickers, can almost kick from 70 yards. So it's going to be interesting to see just a couple more yards. That's automatic 3 points. So how do y'all feel about this?
I'll start and I'll let y'all gather y'all's thoughts. So Cody, you go after me because you disagree. Well, you're going to be opposed to what I'm about to say. I like it just because I think I understand what they're doing. They're trying to get more, actually them to run it back because there's no real benefit statistically of them running it back from instead of just getting automatically to the 30. I think on average they get like 2.7 more or less yards than the 30, so there's no point. Moving it up, maybe instead of 75% of nothing happening, maybe it goes, a little up, little uptick in action in the kickoff. But what are your thoughts, Cody?
My whole thing is, why don't they just move the kicker back some? If they want to make it more in play, I don't feel like doing this whole kickback thing is really doing anything. We see they already changed it once, and it didn't make no difference really, right? So, I mean, just move the kicker back, I feel like.
Any thoughts, Jalen?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm understanding. So so if you take the touchback now, you're going to get the ball at the 35-yard line.
35, yes, sir.
So that's to encourage people not to run it out?
So I guess they're trying to get it where, depending on how the coaches do it, because now they're going to try to kick it so you don't kick it in the end zone. So they're trying to encourage it.
Yeah.
They're trying to encourage the kickers from kicking it so far out of play.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So I'm saying move the kicker back so then it will be in play.
I think I'm in line with Cody here because that's kind of silly. If you
that'll beat everything. That'll defeat everything if you move the kicker back. So now they can't kick it all the way to the
right.
Like,
just move the kicker back. Why are you? Because Yeah, I mean, yeah, just move the kicker back. I don't. That's kind of silly.
I mean, I'm just not mad at it because they're at least trying to. I agree with you guys, by the way, but I I just like that they're trying to get more
Yeah,
action.
Don't you also think that also breeds like kickers losing, pushing their maximum kick distance, because now they're going to start training to kick in a certain range, not in the end zone. So now they're not training as to kick. You know what I'm saying? Further.
Ah, well, that's just in game, so I think they'll be training just the same, but they'll just kick a higher ball versus.
yeah, there's pretty much just a high
So
kick.
you get the direction. Yeah, I see what you're
Mhm.
saying.
Mm-hmm.
I would
They
think.
kick it as long and distance, just higher up in the air. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
Go ahead, Joe.
So the known fun league, as we like to call it, has now banned the CD Lamb's first down celebration, bro. I'm kind of upset, but I understand why they did it because I guess it's gang related.
whoa!
Because I guess it's gang related. I guess we don't want to teach kids like, oh, you do this is gang affiliation. So I understand that, I guess.
I probably don't want to say it on here. So y'all's thoughts?
Yes, I agree. Abandoning that celebration again. I'm not part of the no fun thing, but like, bro, if you know that celebration alone is heavily gang affiliated, bro. Like, it's not even a joke, bro.
Right.
Like, I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised it lasted this long because when I first saw him do it, I was like, that's wild. That's a wild celebration. Like, everybody knows to wipe his nose. Like, that's when like that whole Rico case on Young Thug was like, it's a big thing, bro. Like, that's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah, he's done it for like at least the last 4 years. So
That's what I'm saying. And they finally caught on to it.
yeah.
What you thinking, Cody?
It's just dumb, man. I mean, you're taking all the expression out the game.
But
You know
that's
what
a
I mean?
bad expression. That's
Man,
not. You could
NBA
express
players
yourself.
do it all the time. They hit a three.
Oh, John
and,
Morant.
you know what I mean?
John Morant
Yeah,
the other day.
This is
That's
it's
not
part of
illegal
entertainment.
yet.
How PG you want the world to be? How PG you want it to be? That is my question.
Well, I can see. Don't get me wrong. Some things that they do, they make themselves look like a no fun league. I agree, but something that's, as we all know, and especially kids know, kids watch NFL. So a kid is going to watch all this thinking that they're going to glorify that action. I get it's just one. A lot of these players have no affiliation with anything that's real life. Right.
Right.
So one,
Yeah.
I don't even understand why they're doing it. In my
Right.
opinion. But anyways, kids are watching this as well. So kids are going to keep doing it. Kids are just monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah,
All
like
of us were the same way.
I bet you in Pop Warner you see a bunch of kids just doing that all throughout the game.
And
they gotta
imagine
play.
on the opposite side, if there is somebody really about that, the opposition, though, you know what
Right.
I mean? Then that could get real dicey and
too
tricky.
deep.
I get it. Me
Too
thinking
deep.
too deep. I got it. I'm just.
Yeah.
But I'm also thinking like high school kids, right, that are old enough to catch some of these consequences from like their neighborhood gangs that have no
100%.
idea. They don't know it's gang related.
Yeah,
But,
but-
that's the consequences in certain neighborhoods if they get caught doing that, maybe outside of football or something. That's
They
what
think
I'm
it's just music. They think that's just part of the music
Yeah.
trend, but
right.
it's
Like,
not.
because for
At the
example,
same-
right?
Okay,
I'm
go
not-
ahead. You're-
I'm just saying, for example, right, Cody? Like your boys got that. That's fire. Like your boys got that. Like
You know what I mean? That's
AJ
fire.
Brown and them got that. Like it's all kinds of celebrations that are not tied to any gang affiliation whatsoever
Make something
that
else
you,
up.
that you can do, but you decide to do this, which is tied to gang affiliation. Like, come on, bro.
There's other things they can do. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, hopefully he's in the lab, trying to cook something up better now.
There's so many things out there, and we are seeing like new celebrations, and they're practicing it like before they even get there.
Yeah,
Those
the
are
Vikings,
brilliant.
man.
Right,
the
right,
Vikings
right.
last year.
They're not.
It's
They
funny.
took Bynum's not there anymore, so good luck with that. We'll see. But I just think there's so many other ways that you can celebrate than glorifying that. And I know it might not be that deep. I get it,
I
but
wonder what the fine's gonna be. I mean, he only get about
Yeah.
8, 10 touchdowns, so I'd do it anyways. You know what I mean? He got money to pay for it. Jerry got him. I bet you Jerry even pay it.
Jared would pay it.
They would probably make a T-shirt, knowing Jerry Jones, of CD, like animated like version of that.
Real quick, Jose, this is on the kickoff talking about the kickoff conversation. By 2030, there won't be any kickoffs at that point.
For real.
I don't disagree. Cowboys have spelled nothing wrong to celebrate anyways.
Ja.
Man, I like your I like you, dude. Felix, say his last name again.
Meneses.
Meneses. Like Wes said, it's been happening for a long time already. So all of a sudden, it's a bad thing. I think it's been a bad thing, but they're just caught on.
If anything, he's normalizing it though. He's making it a PG thing now, where kids are only seeing that as something as a touchdown celebration.
But that's a false. I think it's a false reality, is what they're saying it as. Because
Yeah.
there is a reality that it does not mean that. It's a reality.
I mean,
what they're
think of
doing
James
is
Harden. He was doing that. That's cooking crack. Like, come on.
No,
you know what I'm
no.
saying? Yeah, that's what
Cody.
that comes from.
No.
Whipping the pot.
No,
Like,
Cody, no one
No.
walks around and
No
like,
one's
hey,
thinking
you
that.
got
No one is
What?
thinking that.
No one's thinking
Cody,
that, bro.
What?
They were gonna
What
be
you
like this,
cooking?
like, hey, was Zeke like,
What?
oh, this is what it means.
No, you are
Right,
wild.
it's ridiculous.
You tried it. No, that's
Right?
a false analogy.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what that, no.
Oh, Cody, you're hilarious.
That was good. That was good.
But
Okay.
it goes into the same realm of like, like CD celebration, just like the rest of these. Like, I don't know what happened last football season, college and NFL, when the gun references were just at an all-time high.
Oh, Drake London, man, all last season was like,
just, I mean, this, like it's just absurd. I don't get.
It's
I don't
in
get
our
that,
Constitution.
but I don't
There
get
are.
right. But none of these guys were in the army, right? And
none of these guys are ever in that situation for the majority of them.
So
Shit.
my thing is what they're referencing is murdering the opposition. None of them are doing it for their amendment. Right?
They're not about that life. If
For the
what we're
Constitution.
saying.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, people said that about Aaron Hernandez.
All
All
right,
right,
stop.
let's move on. Let's move on. It was a joke. All right, sorry.
So moving on next year, the NFL is getting on the same wave as MLB and some of these other leagues. Next season, you will not see a chain gang next season. So it's going to be by Sony Technology, and they are calling it the Hawkeye. So next season, you won't be seeing somebody with a cardboard little thing like in the Cowboys game years ago, or you're gonna have bad spots. At least now they're gonna have it where cameras are set on the field, like, oh, this is a first down. There we go. So less cheating can happen now with this stuff. But they will still have the chain gang set up just in case technology does fail us. You know how that does happen. How do y'all feel about this, Cody? How do you feel about it?
I mean, the sensor's cool and all, but how does it work? Like when someone lands on the ball and there's still that discrepancy, you know what I mean? Isn't that still just going to be the same ref call? You know where the ref saw it.
It's going to be trial.
You know, in theory, it works great if he's always diving out and the ball's out in the front and perfect view, you know, for the laser or whatever. But does it really, you know, change what the ref's really seeing, you know, and calling?
Well, the way the cameras are set up now, it's crazy. Like whenever we're looking at it, like we think, oh, this guy's in the end zone, he scored a touchdown. Then we look at it in micro like lenses and stuff. Oh, this guy was short by the one or the finger length of the football, stuff like that. So the way the NFL and technology is, I feel like it's going to be really forward with it compared to other leagues who are still trying to invest into that.
Yeah, I think my thing is just I'll see how much they actually use it to depend on it versus how much it's really just the refs backup type shit, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. And Jalen, how do you feel about this, man?
I'm glad that football has evolved from the 1920s. They got with 2025 and actually started using more technology, so that's good. I'm glad they're still using the chain gang just in case technology fails, so that's good. But yes, I am glad because when you watch tennis, right, when they do a serve and they base it off is this in or out, they can literally look at like a solar camera and they'll tell you where exactly the ball hit. There's no argument, there's no discussion, there's no nothing like that. They use it in soccer. So when you score a goal, because if that ball crosses that line even this much, that's a goal.
They need the chip,
so
like in hockey.
Right. So again, I'm glad NFL finally caught up with technology. I like it a lot. And I do like even the not the ambiance, but the appearance of the chain gang still on the field. I do like that too, because don't take that away from football.
Right.
Still make the presentation look good.
I second everything Jalen said, so.
To clarify real quick, sorry. I don't think they're doing the chip in the ball, though. I would agree with that because then that shows for sure where the ball's at and exactly where it went. Mm-hmm. I don't see where the laser just being on the field as the down marker really matters is what gets called where the ball was still, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, well, we got to see, like, maybe they will put a chip in the ball Or I know like in the pylons they have cameras in there now as well. Maybe they might
Right.
like have a laser like for the pylons, but like whenever they do it, instead of the changing, those guys are just moving it throughout the game instead of the changing. You know what I mean?
We'll see. I
Yeah.
think it's still a good move just because it's moving in the direction of trying, again, to be not in the 1920s, like Jalen said. So I think it's still a good move. It'll possibly have to get better. It'll probably still be some issues, but still. What is from Jose?
That's
What
deep.
is a bad look? The NFL banning celebrations, but not banning women beaters and sexual offenders. That's a different conversation, huh?
Yeah.
That's
That's another conversation, another live right there.
Yeah. And I'm down for it. I'm all about controversy, man. I'll do it. But yeah.
So some other rules that they have changed. So the overtime rules have changed once again. So now from the playoffs last season, whenever both teams could get the ball, you can't just have one team score and stuff like that. Now both teams in the regular season now will have the opportunity to possess the ball, and also from 15 minutes it will now go down to 10 minutes in overtime. I'm not too sure if in the postseason if this is the same as well, but I know in the regular season it will be 10 minutes. So it's going to be interesting now because it's almost like I've been seeing a lot of memes about it. It's the Josh Allen rule now in the regular season. So Milton, how do you feel about this?
I love it, dude. I think it's going to be really funny to watch those games just because, one, I think it's like a 75% chance whoever won the toss was going to win the game. So I don't like that. Now, how low does that go? Again, we'll see. But I find it just truly interesting because now I think a team that scores is actually going to more likely try to go for two instead of just score. So it's like, well, I'm going to go for two just to have, something backing them a little bit. But I love it, to answer your question. I love it.
And Jalen, how do you feel about this, man?
I don't really know. I will say this though: don't let the Eagles get the ball because that's a wrap. They can milk the clock for fucking 10 minutes. I'm just saying, don't let them get. They will milk that whole. So and that's another thing I want to see. If they milk the clock, the other team doesn't get a possession, right?
I think that remember what happened in the Super Bowl. I think maybe it keeps going. I don't know. There's like some fine print. We got to look in these rules because remember in the Super Bowl, everybody was like, "Oh, the time's going to run out. The time's going to run out." And I think Kansas City kept the possession of the ball, and it just became sudden death in a sense.
See, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Because again, if it is to the point where I can just milk the clock, again, I'm doing a 10-minute drive. I'm gonna just milk it and then just kick a field goal and end it like the old school rules, and you don't get the ball. So
that's a good pushback. Yeah, that's good pushback actually.
So I don't know if I like that or not. I just gotta see if it comes like you said, sudden death or anything like that. We'll gotta see about that.
Yeah, and Cody, how do you feel about this?
I like it. I don't mind them switching up a little stuff like that as long as they don't make it to where it's so gimmicky like NCAA is. Where they just do like this 2-point conversion BS over and over. After like 2 times of that, it looks just like a joke. So as long as they don't go that bad, I'm cool with it.
Mm. The Josh Allen rules
are now in effect.
Yeah.
What about your feelings, Joe?
With me, man, I don't want them playing any longer than they have to, man. 15 minutes or another quarter. That was kind of crazy, but I did like that, each team gets a possession. So it's going to be interesting to see what, like Jalen was saying about milk the clock and then you just kick a field goal. How does that work?
So Jose might have some insight for us. Everybody can look this up themselves, but I'm going to take Jose's word. Once the clock expires in the regular season games, that is game over. Playoff games will just go in extra overtime.
I'm milking the clock then.
Yeah, right on. You get a guy like Saquon or Jonathan Taylor or Derrick Henry. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
You got a good run game, you'll be fine.
Milking it for sure. Okay.
Yeah. And then last but not least, man, the tush push vote got pushed back to a later date. So the tush push is at least here to stay for the time being. And I'm going to ask y'all three, should the tush push be banned or should it be here to stay? Milton, how do you feel?
So what? Say the question again, so I answer.
So the tush push vote, I guess they were going to vote whether to keep it in the league or ban it. and they pushed it to a later date. So right now it's still here until they vote on it. But how do you feel about it? Should it be banned?
Should it
Or
be banned?
should it?
Okay. So I think it shouldn't be banned because I don't understand the reasoning for it to be banned. You can use the argument that like some of the coaches, I don't know why they're doing this. They're acting as if they're worried about the health of the players. I want to see some evidence that this has done anything negatively impact the defense or the offense. So I think that's a very flawed argument. Also, it's only 2 teams that really run it at a successful rate. Other teams have tried; they can't do it.
Yeah,
Or somebody's another argument is it's not a football play. Again, then we have to go and define like what do you mean by a football play? Because I think they'll say rugby. I'm like, well, rugby is kind of like football anyway. So it just I don't see any reason to do it. So to answer your question, I don't think it should be banned. Now, from what Roger Goodell has said, I think it probably will be banned. That's a different question, though, but I don't think it should be.
And then, Cody, how do you feel about this? Because I want to wait for Jalen's input on this because it's his team. But, Cody.
All right. I wouldn't normally defend them bird things over there. But I will say this. I think everybody's just hating hard. It's a skill issue. If you could do it, you fucking would. And if you say you sit here care about players' health, since when? I haven't seen many coaches care about any player's health when it comes to winning, and they would all be doing it. So I wish my team could learn how to do it, or we get the right players to do it, because I want to do it too. So I just think everybody's hating.
Before Jalen goes in, let me read some comments. CJ, ban it, cheating, ask Eagles. All right. I want CJ, please comment to your team because I'm thinking I know. Jose, they should. This is somebody made a valid point on this, which I agree with. But let me read it. They shouldn't ban it, but they should allow the defense to push the lineman because that's banned. So that's not fair. They don't have a fair chance to do so. That I agree because if you ban the tush push, what they're probably going to say is you can't push players. Another player can't push another player, I'm assuming, because you would have to do that because other than the tush push, that's being done as well. You know what I mean? You see some guys breaking off on a run, and then the offensive lineman, forget the tush push, pushing their guy to get a first down or get more yardage, right? So they would have to ban that as well. So it couldn't just be the tush push banning. They would have to ban that altogether. But I agree with Jose that the defense should also be allowed to.
Or maybe they ban it just doing it behind the line of scrimmage.
I don't know what they're going to do. Again,
that's crazy, right?
Yeah, I'm with you. So me and Cody on the same page. Now, Jalen, go ahead and let us hear your opinion.
So when it comes to the tush push, honestly, I would vote that they should ban it. I know not everybody's not ready to hear that from an Eagles fan, but I think they should ban it. And here's why. The Eagles have figured out a 93% success rate play that is boring for everyone else because you can't stop it. There's no way to stop it. We almost got awarded a touchdown in the playoffs because they were so desperate trying to stop it. So we set a trend that needs to be blocked at this point. We found a hack, and it needs to be blocked because, one, I'll be honest, tush push is not football. It's rugby. That's our rugby scrum. We're not playing rugby. We're playing football. So that's my first point. It's not football. Two, no, the injuries and all that really doesn't exist in that play. I think it just takes away from, again, football because I'll be honest, you got Jalen Hurts scoring all these quote unquote rushing touchdowns.
Right.
And it's kind of like playing the numbers there. Because when we look at Jalen, we just look, don't watch the game. You just looked at Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown. You're like, oh man, this guy is pretty elite at running. But then you see the way he's scoring, and you're like, it's kind of, and we're taking away from people like Cam Newton, Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson, who's actually
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, and Saquon Barkley should have had like 10 more touchdowns this season.
Would have broke LT's record.
he should have broke a lot of records this year, but let's not about that. I think they should ban it just because, again, put that play in the Hall of Fame, right? Just put it in the Hall of Fame. The Eagles did it. We figured it out. Just like the NBA kind of, modified when James Harden was cooking the league.
Yeah.
They had to now modify the rules to where, okay, maybe, when they try to hand check him, it's not an automatic free throw. Now it's just on the floor because that's what they
swipe through.
Yeah, so that's what they had to make that adjustment. I think they need to make that same adjustment because then when the Eagles get into a 3rd and 2, 4th and 1, and they're still converting, which I think they still would with the manpower of the O-line, Saquon and Jalen Hurts, and the creativity of the offense, then it's going to be like, okay, what now, right?
Yeah.
Like, was it the tush push, or is my guys in the trenches better than your guys in the trenches?
Yeah, because they can honestly just go to like a wishbone offense at that point.
They can do it. I think they can do a lot of things. I mean, you have your tight ends. You got a big receiver in AJ Brown right there for 1 year. Like, there's a lot of things you can do, but I guess just pushing across the line. Yeah, let's ban it. I have no problem with banning that play. Let's ban it.
They also, I don't know if y'all remember, the Patriots. I hate to make it about the Patriots, but just real quick, we would do like these false screens. So like say Amendola would get the ball, Edelman before the guy gets there would do like a fake screen.
Oh, the pick play.
The pick play. Thank you. I said false screen. Sorry. And then eventually, they banned that. So it is what it is. And we still were good at short plays, so it didn't really matter. But again, I just don't. I see your point, but I just don't see a reason for it. Like, yes, it's a rugby play, okay, but there's wildcat plays. There's all these different kind of plays that people are doing that nobody really cares about because it doesn't work. This play works.
So I just that's right.
Yeah. Well, that's fair, but still, it's not cheating. That's the thing.
That comment is wild that said the Eagles are cheating. It's not cheating. Again, it's a loophole. Loopholes aren't cheating. Cheating is cheating.
And of course, Jalen knows the loopholes.
It's okay. We did it. We spied. Spygate. It happened.
That's cheating.
That's cheating. That's not a loophole. That's they're calling this play when they do this. I got it. Fair enough. Shots fired. I took it. It's all right. Joe, what are your thoughts on it, dude? Do you think it should be banned?
With me, the only player I do get worried for in this play is the center. And y'all did have an all-pro center. And Kelsey, I remember him talking about it, and he said he would feel scared being underneath the pile because he hikes the ball and everybody's on top of him after that. And just think about that. Like, you have maybe a ton worth of weight possibly on top of you. And that's just crazy.
Okay. Yeah. Well, surprising opinion, Jalen, but I like it. Real quick, what is next on the itinerary, Joe? It's the
so with the draft coming up, man. I want to ask y'all for y'all's respective teams. What should your team do with the draft? Less than 3 weeks away. Where would you want your team to look at in the draft upcoming? Milton, I would ask you first because I think you're taking 4th pick.
Yes. So I'll also push it back to y'all because I don't know the names of any of these guys. But all I know is we need a left tackle and a receiver. That's it. That's all I know. So I would prefer a left tackle. I heard this draft has a lot of good tackles.
Yeah, it's a good lineman draft.
Drake May, I believe in Drake May. I need that brother to have a left tackle.
And then let me ask you this: do you feel like, because you were talking about wide receiver, do you feel like with the guys that they have, and then y'all just picked up Diggs, will that be enough with Drake May as a young quarterback, or should they look at a wide receiver at 4?
It'll be, well, again, if the tackle's there, I'll take the tackle over the receiver all day, every day, because Drake May showed he could do a decent amount with a little, and no matter what, even adding Mac Hollins, even having Douglas come back, and Douglas had a good year. Kendrick Bourne is not the greatest guy, but he's consistent.
Yeah.
And of course, Stephon Diggs, whenever he gets healthy, he's a good low 1. Hopefully, fingers crossed. That's what I'm banking on, a low 1. That's going to be better than last year. But what I need to be better is the offensive line. We're already making some strides. We're adding a couple pieces in free agency I like, but we need a left tackle. So receiver, I'd rather the left tackle than the receiver.
And Cody, where do you think the Texans should go in this draft?
Mute.
So I'm basically Milton's take, but to the extreme. I don't want to see one wide receiver. I don't want to see one tight end. I don't want to see nothing. I want to see like 10 linemen, and that's it. So there's
That's
really
wild.
no other answer. I don't want to see a
Yeah.
linebacker. I don't want to see a safety. I don't want to
Yeah.
see nothing.
Well,
I just want to see linemen.
defensive wise, y'all don't need anything else.
They're
I think.
fine, right? They're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine everywhere.
Everywhere.
Even
Everywhere.
though they don't have all these receivers, it doesn't
I
matter.
could
think
I could
CJ's
see a
good
wide
enough.
receiver because no Tank
Not
Dell
first round.
maybe like not
Yep.
in the first round, maybe like
Right.
third round. It's a deep wide receiver draft. I feel like they should at least look at because you don't know what's gonna happen with Tank.
Our first like 5 picks should be O-line. And then
CJ
maybe
Gomez, me and Cody, and I think Jalen second that. I think they have to. All they should be doing, because again,
Yeah.
Cody, again, I have question marks with y'all adding certain old linemen because it's like I don't. It's not
a
even
bunch of
really
1-year
a Band-Aid.
deals. Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of like prove it this. So you also bring a bunch of young talent.
Right.
Now you have a lot to work with in off season, and you could.
I was
see
trying to
about
explain that to you.
So,
Yeah. And with
you're right,
Cody,
you're right.
what pick are the Texans at? Are they like in the middle of the 20s, like
Yeah, I think we're like 22 or something.
22?
I can't remember.
I feel like there's a possibility Banks can possibly fall, but if that happens, run to the podium with that. And
Yeah,
but
no,
before I ask Jalen, I'm gonna give my opinion of what the Cowboys should do. Somebody to help out CeeDee Lamb, please at 12. Like if they can get if T-Mac falls at 12, run to the podium and go pick that guy up, please. He's a monster, please, and maybe some more offensive line help with all the departures, but wide receiver 2, please.
Jalen, why you disagree? What do you think they should do?
Bro, the last 2 years you can't stop the run. You need run defense, bro. That's what the first thing you need is to stop the run, dude.
But the interior for this draft is not that good.
You got
in the first round. In the first round, I'm like, we done it the past couple of years, and look who Mozzie Smith, Taco, like some of these guys.
Failure.
Like,
yeah.
I mean,
what pick are you?
We're the 12th pick.
You don't want a receiver, bro. The blueprint is never to get a receiver in the first round. That's not the way this goes. You got to start in the trenches up front. You got to try to stalk that draft, find the best D lineman interior wise to help y'all out. Because without that, you can have y'all can sell tickets if you get T-Mac at 12. Y'all gonna sell tickets.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
T-Mac and Steve will be fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie. That'd be great. I might go to a game. Watch y'all. Gonna lose by 40, but the first half is gonna be amazing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, hey, maybe we'll put up 30-40 and maybe tie the game or something.
Yeah, I'm just saying, y'all haven't stopped the run in 2 years.
I want interior, but at that point, at 12, I feel like if he falls to 12, please. Because the interior, I don't feel as good. Thank God they got rid of Tunsil 5,000 penalty.
Cody appreciate that. Cody appreciate that one.
Yeah, but
I second what Jalen said though.
Yeah, it's just at 12, later in the draft, hopefully they stockpile interior. But in the first rounder, you try to have to get a home run. I feel like T-Mac,
You don't think even then if you went wide receiver or running back, you don't think running back would be more important?
No, running back to me is the farthest thing on my mind.
Yeah, you'd rather receiver, I feel like.
At 12, unless the linemen somehow fall. If Will Campbell or Minahu, I think that's his name, from Missouri, fall to 12. If not, if those guys are not there, then take T-Mac.
Y'all relying on Dak to throw 40 points a game is crazy.
Yo, Dak is gonna have a 5,000 yards if he stays healthy. 5,000 yard season. I don't care about wins and all that. He's gonna have to be the man. Interceptions are gonna come, but he's gonna eat too, though, in my opinion. Cowboy fans watch their defense give 250. I mean, it's been how many years? Y'all cannot stop
at least the last 4, at least.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 5.
Two have been really bad. Yeah.
2 hot ones. So it's
Yeah. But Jalen, last but not least, the defending Super Bowl champs. What should they do with the draft? Looming, first round, 32nd pick. What should they do?
So here's the thing. I feel like offensively we're pretty set everywhere. You could look at a lineman to try to get a little bit younger there.
Right.
Defensively, I would look linebacker-ish because I think secondary was solid. Safety and linebacker, I would kind of look at because we got rid of C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Cornerback, we're fine. D-line, we're fine. But what I want the Eagles to do is shock everybody and to finally get a household wide receiver 3 that we've been looking for years.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, we've been looking for a wide. We tried Quez Watkins. We tried Julio Jones. We tried John Ross. We just tried Jahad Dotson.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he didn't really,
maybe you got to wait on that because he was only in the league 2 years, and then this third year with that.
but still, I mean, on that kind of offense, I feel like you should be able to find. I mean, when you got AJ Brown and Smitty as a wide receiver 3 and Saquon in the backfield as a wide receiver 3, you should be able to make your way.
Find your way, right?
Well, you kind of have that in a way with Goddard. Then, if you think about it, he's the third pass catcher.
I mean,
Right.
but here's my thing. I just think they should take a shot with the receiver.
Yeah.
And try to find that to where your offense now is unstoppable. Like if Smitty goes down the game, okay, we picked up this guy in the first round. He can play that wide receiver 2 spot, so you don't miss him. So I'm just saying, if AJ or Smitty goes down, you still have this guy to where we're still in the same kind of motion. So like that I would do that. Or again, like I said, safety position or D line.
But besides Quinion, who are y'all's cornerbacks? Because I know y'all lost Slay and then y'all
Kelly
cut
Ringo.
Bradbury, right?
We got Ringo. We got Cooper DeJean, Quinion Mitchell.
Is he a safety or are they going to put him at cornerback?
Well, he played nickel last year, but they're going to put him on the outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why they got rid of Slade because they're going to move him to the outside.
Yeah.
And then we just picked up old buddy from the Giants. What's his name? The cornerback from the Giants. We just picked up. Dang it! But
was that Adoree Jackson?
Eli Apple.
No, hell no.
That's funny. Not Banks. You ain't get Banks.
No, it's an African name. Hold on.
Oh, I can't think of it. Yeah.
Cool. Is that Ojawari or something like that?
Yeah, it's like Objuar or something.
Something like that, bro. We just picked him up in the cornerback. So again, cornerback position we're deep. I would just look for safety and linebacker because I know we got Zach Bond, but Nakobe Dean, he's coming off an injury, or whatever. So or Achilles, whatever it is. So those would be the biggest moves for me because I may want to look at the backup quarterback too.
Yeah. No, but I know y'all traded for one of Cody's linemen. Do you think he's going to be the starter, or should they look at somebody else to possibly fill what Mekhi Becton did for y'all last season?
Nah, bro. I don't know why that dude's over there. I don't know what that
the
was.
Kenyon Green dude. Yeah, we had to disperse of him.
He's a good backup.
We just shook our linemen all around the league,
like almost because they might think like, oh, well, he's serviceable enough with the guys that they have around him. Yeah. He's gonna look serviceable because remember, Mekhi Becton in the Jets was never really healthy, just never really that raw potential. And then the Eagles kind of, I feel like got it out of him a little bit.
Yeah,
and he was able to.
Yeah, I can see that because I mean, I guess Philly can shake up some linemen, wake them up, play up to their potential. So I mean. That probably could help, but I just looked here. So the guy's name, the cornerback we got from the Giants is Adoree Jackson.
Yeah, so Adoree, that's what I said.
Yeah. Oh. So we got him, and then
got speed.
We also got Aziz
Ansari.
Yeah, I think he's from the Giants as well.
You're just staying in the division.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they keep giving us players.
Ain't that something? What the? If they pan out, there's got to be like a.
That GM needs to get fired.
That New York to Philly pipeline is actually the New York to Philly pipeline and that Saints to Philly pipeline is crazy, bro. Because they gave us Zach Bond and our last Super Bowl champ was Malcolm Jenkins.
Yeah,
right on.
Philly, that pipeline is crazy, bro. And I think
investigation coming here.
Collusion.
Yeah.
Hold on. Do you agree with this, Jalen? I think you do.
Recover from the amount they lost on the defensive side from free agency. Again, no red alarms are going off, firing off like that because we have depth, and that was the thing last year. Mm-hmm. Like we had so much depth that people were getting like Isaiah Rodgers wasn't getting the play that he wanted to because again we had so much depth at these positions. Again, I agree. The safety position and the linebacker position are the only two positions I'm looking at for Eagles defense. Like. D-line is solid, and then again, they're probably gonna do something in the draft, get another Georgia Bulldog somehow. I don't know how, but those are the only two spots I'm looking at defensively: safety, linebacker, D-line, corner. they're set.
Let's say we watching the first round of the draft together in 3 weeks, 3-4 hour episode.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
down. I want to see how, because I know you're gonna have one, but we should all like come together.
Like a mega cast.
You know what I mean? That'll because people are gonna start dropping. You know, people are gonna start dropping, so it's a perfect time to do that.
That's on the 24th, right?
Yeah, on a Thursday coming
Right,
up in like 3 weeks.
I need to, I'm
Oh,
gonna
Bet.
try to see that day.
I am off. So hey, Jose, yes, I'm down. I'm down, dude, for sure. That'll be a funny episode. You got to make some small talk debates or conversations within.
Oh yeah,
that
for sure.
time.
We can talk about like Chris Carter, Michael Irving.
Yeah, we
stuff
could
like
go
that.
into that. We could go into that because now it's on 2-on-2 on this show because Jalen and Joe believe Michael Irvin's better, and now Cody recruited me, so we'll see. Both of you twos will be live 7 to 10 people.
Now we need Terrence to see who he would pick, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter.
And again, real quick before we move on, Cody, you think it's close though, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like it's leaps and bounds.
Yeah. I think it also depends on what kind of receiver you want. You know what I mean? Like one's literally
Possession,
bigger
the other
playmaking
one.
ability, but then Chris Carter's just to get overall receiver. I just think he's better.
Right. That's why I said that.
I get you. So I changed my mind. I said, well, yeah. Technically, I agree. So, okay. Well, now we're getting into
The 2020 NFL redraft, possibly one of the deepest drafts in some time, man. It's crazy how deep this draft is, and it's crazy how bad some of these teams got these picks wrong.
Oh man, hindsight is 2020, and hindsight does not look good when you look at something like this. I mean, of course, we could look at other drafts and probably say the same thing, but like Joe said, this draft specifically was very, very deep. Real quick, everybody out there that's still watching, much appreciation to you. Everybody that's liked and shared already, appreciation. If you haven't, please do. And also, again, our 2020 redraft is about to occur. Of course, y'all can play along with us. Give us your opinions. Give us where you think we're idiots or we're geniuses. Please keep us informed.
Okay. Yeah, and I will announce the original pick, and then we can go into who we think we're gonna pick.
Well, I already got a feeling that Jalen and Cody are gonna piss me off. So let's go.
Let's go.
All right,
let's get it.
Alrighty. So in the 2020 NFL draft, remember this, guys. We're in the middle of COVID, so Roger Goodell had to pretty much do this draft from his house. All the guys didn't get that proper, NFL draft experience. Unfortunately, didn't get to shake his hand. Didn't get to have the fans in front of him. But
No, sorry.
But the Cincinnati Bengals, their original pick was Joe Burrow. And do y'all think Joe Burrow should be the first pick yet again?
Yes.
No.
I believe so.
No.
Okay, so we're split because whoever was the odd man out, you have the burden of proof, and I want to hear what you got to say. You know what? Actually, this is totally not fair to you guys, but I'm going to do it anyway. Jose, number one pick still goes to Joe Burrow, in my opinion. So burden of proof lies on this freaking side. One of you, tell me your reasoning. Just give me something.
Well, from what we've seen in Justin Jefferson, because that's who should be the first pick.
Amen.
Okay.
So what we've seen, Justin Jefferson can make a quarterback. Right? We've seen his quarterbacks. It was a burnt-in Kirk Cousins, Josh Dobbs, and now Sam Darnold. So if you draft Justin Jefferson, and then I don't know, I'm not going to other drafts to get another quarterback later. But if you start with Jay Jettis, and I think T. Higgins is there, right?
Yeah, T. Higgins is also there as well.
T. Higgins is already there, and you get Justin Jefferson.
No, he was a part of this draft.
Who? T. Higgins?
Yeah, T. Higgins was part of this draft.
Well, still, you get. I think Justin Jefferson will go first, just because we've seen at this point in his career, we've seen the quarterbacks he's played with and what he's done with said quarterbacks. So with that level of production that he gives you with any quarterback, that's the first overall pick, easily. Joe Burrow has to have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon. Like, he has to have these weapons. Jay Jettis don't have to have a top 5 quarterback.
To what? He doesn't have to have a top 5 quarterback to be great.
to be the best receiver in the league.
Well, yeah,
Right.
but then we're talking about, do you want your team to be competitive or middle of the pack?
We're just getting started. We're in 2020. We're just getting started.
But also that's just more of a argument from like kind of silence, because we don't know what Joe Burrow would be without wide receivers. We don't know if he would be
Does
great.
Justin Jefferson not have an argument for one, if not best player in the league?
He does.
He definitely has a good argument. You can make a
Right.
good
I
argument.
don't think you can argue that for Joe Burrow.
I think pure quarterback, you definitely can make that argument. Pure quarterback, not
That's
you
crazy.
can't.
No, you
Why?
can't.
Why
For
can't
best quarterback in the league, you cannot argue Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the league. There's no argument there.
Yeah.
There's none.
Man, now I wish we had 5 people in there right now, just in case.
But
to break
again,
the tiebreaker.
so mediocrity within the team is still okay, because Joe Burrow, at least you could say with all the weapons he had, we don't know without the weapons if he still would have made it.
He
But
still
that's,
took
again,
that
that's
team
a
to the
false-
Super Bowl with a horrible offensive line.
That's a fallacy with saying like, oh, Joe Burrow needed these weapons. We don't know that. So with Joe Burrow, he made the Super Bowl.
And he made T. Higgins. Like, nobody knew, like, unless you like watch college
gonna
like
say that.
heavily.
Right.
No, because not a lot of people knew who T. Higgins was, unless you watch
Right.
college a lot.
But
He
what
made
do you,
T. Higgins in a household name.
what do you say to that as far as
Jamar though was legit. Like, we saw him in college, we knew who he was.
Right.
But T. Higgins, on the other hand, was a guy that you didn't know who he was. He played at Clemson, top tier wide receiver at Clemson, but then he gets with Joe Burrow and he took on to another level.
Okay, so here's my rebuttal, real quick. From this point of Joe Burrow's career, even in college, we see the offense that he played with. I could have been quarterback, right? That offense was crazy. That's gotta be disrespectful, but I've only seen Joe Burrow with elite talent around him in the receiving core. I've only seen that from LSU to Cincinnati.
Okay.
I've seen Justin Jefferson play with subpar quarterbacks and still produce them at the same rate as literally the best receiver in the league.
Right. I agree.
So me seeing that, I know now I don't have to draft Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow doesn't have to be anointed with this elite, not just an elite player. I don't have to have an elite quarterback in this sense, so I can spend money everywhere else. I can get a Brock Purdy and win the Super Bowl at this point. I don't need an elite quarterback. Is what I'm saying. Right. I can spend money. I can beef up that O-line y'all was just talking about. I can beef up my second. I can beef anything up because I don't have to pay quarterback money now because Justin Jefferson can make a quarterback. So that's my argument.
But
that's
to get how far is my pushback. I get you. I don't
like,
disagree.
Are you trying to compete for a Super Bowl, or are you're just
trying to compete to like, okay, possibly we can make the playoffs? Because I also seen Cincinnati without Joe Burrow with the same talent around him, like you're saying, with a guy in I forgot his name,
Andy Dalton. You know
what? Well, forget Andy Dalton. No offense to Andy Dalton, but the other guy when Joe Burrow got hurt, and the offense couldn't function. You know what I mean? So I've also seen that on the opposite side. I don't disagree with anything that you're saying, but I'm saying, like, to what point? Like, okay, you have Justin Jefferson. I don't need to spend money on a quarterback. Well, that hasn't proven anything positive for the franchise. If we're talking about a franchise, we want to see the best possibility for our franchise. If we're all agreeing on this is our franchise. Right. And Joe Burrow is a guy that can get your franchise with a terrible offensive line, with a not so good defense. Yes, they have weapons. That's fine. You kind of need that, right? I mean, even with your team, you have weapons. You have to have weapons somewhere to actually get to the big game and possibly win it. That was his, first full year playing?
Yeah, because he got hurt his
I know year. Ever since there's a good argument for that, but it's never on him. And, of course, it's never on Justin Jefferson. But I think he's the more franchise-changing player than Justin Jefferson. Not the better at his position. I agree with that.
I just want to say this. As much as Joe Burrow, y'all can say he made T. Higgins. That's cool.
I don't agree.
Justin, yeah, I don't really agree with that either. But I get your angle on it.
You get where I'm coming from on that.
Right.
I get it.
Justin Jefferson just literally made y'all wonder if Sam Darnold is a fucking great quarterback or not. Like y'all literally just watched that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was like,
good quarterback.
Like Sam Darnold should be sending them like gifts and millions like every year until he retires now. because he
It's-
helped.
It's only a handful of times we witness in the NFL that the receiver makes the quarterback, because most times it's the other way around. And I'll give you one more example of that was our boy Randy Moss with Chad Pennington, right?
Pennington,
You know, Marshall.
He got him in the NFL. He even said that. He said, I got to the NFL because of Randy Moss, because I could just throw it up and he'll be there. That is the same thing we're seeing in Justin Jefferson right now. I
agree.
Quarterbacks can just throw it and he's doing 90% of the work. So again, when you have a player of that kind of caliber, right? I just feel like, again, even my whole thing, the best ability is availability. Justin Jefferson has been more available than Joe Burrow in these past years that we've seen. So
that's true too.
If we're talking about what do we see now, we're doing a redraft. Okay, we have to consider that as well. So I know Justin Jefferson has gave me, let's say, 93% of games, where Joe Burrow has gave me 65% of games. So I know we're talking about championship and all that, but I'm gonna have more of a chance to get there with my franchise receiver than my franchise quarterback off availability alone. So that's what I'm also looking at.
So the availability point is fine, and it's a fair refutation. But one, I think it's just circular thing we're doing right now is because I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I'm saying if we're starting a franchise, there's not a franchise out there that, they have the best wide receiver in the game, and that's the reason why they're here at the Super Bowl. You have to have a top-tier defense, or you have to have a top-tier quarterback. That's typically what gets you to the big game. And Joe Burrow fits that. So if we're in the media room and we're like, all right, who are we going to pick? Joe Burrow. And we have, that hindsight that we already know what's going to happen within the next 4 or 5 years. I'm still going with Joe Burrow because a potentially all-time quarterback, potentially he's not right now.
Because you have to look at too where the Cincinnati was at as a franchise as a whole. Like it was in the 80s and 90s, they were okay. They went to a Super Bowl and got the brakes beat off of them by the 49ers. But then after that, dumpster fire. So Carson Palmer came in. Everybody was really high on him, thought he was going to do something. He got hurt. And after that, it was just like retread after retread after retread, and nothing ever came into fruition. Then you get the first pick, Joe Burrow, hometown boy. I think he was from Ohio, so not that far from Cincinnati. And he changed the trajectory of that franchise. I remember when Justin Jefferson, got drafted, he was being looked at as like the fourth best wide receiver out of this draft. And he proved us all wrong. And that's why a lot of these GMs aren't as good as what we think,
But yeah, I'm not gonna give Joe as much credit because he's a good quarterback, but it's not like it's him and they're both elite players coming to that franchise in the same year.
Right.
So I'm not saying Joe just changed it. He had the help of, again, what we consider one and two in this league. He's two, right? DeMar could be 2 or 1. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it's not just Joe. So I can't give you that. Is Joe? If Joe's elite, Jamar's elite, and they came in and changed that.
And what changed me about Joe is because I remember him. He was at LSU for 2 years, and the year before that, he wasn't that good. And then he came in with Joe Brady and changed that offense. And a lot of these guys we didn't know about, and they just bursted on the scene. And he had arguably the greatest. A lot of his records probably won't be touched in college football the way he was balling that last season. And Jamar Chase, like I know these guys are all 5 stars and stuff like that, but for him to get all these guys drafted, because he's a quarterback, he's a gunslinger, so he's going to be looked at the reason why these guys are being looked at like that. Like in college, he possibly made Jamar. He had Justin Jefferson, like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He had Terrence Marshall. A lot of these guys, if you don't have a good quarterback throwing you the ball, you're not going to get looked at to get drafted in the first round.
All right. So, okay. So again, we're at odds here. So let me.
Good debate, though, folks. Good debate.
Real quick, Justin Jefferson taking the random bum Cincy QB. They get to the AFC Championship twice.
Absolutely,
and
he just did it. He damn near took
to the playoffs.
New York Jet bum quarterback.
But the answer is no, because he hasn't done it.
Right.
To the playoffs.
You're funny, but
because I think this past year, I think it was the first time he got to the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken, with Minnesota.
No, he been
right. Why y'all sitting here doing a sob story though for Cincy's whole team that he came in? Justin Jefferson came in a terrible team as well. So
he went to
all you got to do for Justin Jefferson is get him a defense. You don't need a quarterback or O-line.
You do need a quarterback if you want to get far. If you just want Justin Jefferson to stat pack and them to possibly make the playoffs, then cool. If that's the game plan, if I'm running a franchise, that's not my game plan. I'm like, okay, Joe Burrow is a franchise-changing quarterback. That's proven. He's a franchise-changing quarterback. That's proven.
With elite receivers.
Right. You can add that, but also, okay, when it comes to play calling, Justin Jefferson's great on his own. Kevin O'Connell, I would take over Zach Taylor. Am I wrong on that?
Yeah.
Not fair.
And then Jamar Chase didn't even come into the following year because he stayed another year in college.
So
and he clamored for his boy.
Joe got hurt anyway. The first year.
Exactly. That's not a good point.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
But that line destroyed him that first year.
Yeah.
Well, again, fact is a fact. We have not seen Joe Burrow play without Jamar Chase like that. We have
agreed, but that doesn't equate that. Okay, that's less impressive. That doesn't equate that.
Okay, let's flip a coin.
It's impressive that I watched Justin Jefferson play with Josh Dobbs and Sam Darnold this whole year, and still remains.
That's he's still being elite. Yes,
but the argument isn't who's more impressive. That's not the argument. The argument is who would you start your franchise with, and who has the ability to get you as a franchise owner. Our game plan is to make the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, of course. What we've seen already is just a wide receiver, period. Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the NFL, hands down. Got it. That's not the way to get to a Super Bowl. That's not.
So you're more saying you're picking Joe Burrow in the sense that he has more to him in the long run, so you're probably going to win Super Bowls with him.
My game plan is to get to the Super Bowl, make the playoffs, win championships. And Joe Burrow, I am more confident in Joe Burrow getting me there, even without Jamar Chase, than Justin Jefferson. Because you make the face, but we don't know. Again, we've seen Jamar Chase and the receivers with the other.
Because you could put it too, like, how would we have known how these guys were if they didn't have Joe Burrow that last season? You know, what if?
Right,
LSU.
I get all y'all's points, but I think that's why I like this. Is because we're redrafting, so we've seen what they've done in the NFL.
Yeah. Of course.
So now we're redrafting. Because my theory, I would never take if I'm not redrafting, if I'm doing a regular draft, I'm never taking a receiver first. That's stupid. But if this is a redraft, but this is a redraft, so I know this guy is going to be
where they're
the best wide receiver in the league. I'm not banking on that. Like, if I haven't seen this guy play, I'm not going to waste my first round pick on a receiver if I haven't seen him. If I can't see the future, pretty much like what I'm seeing in Justin Jefferson. This is us seeing the future. So I'm looking at Justin Jefferson, like, he's going to be that kind of. He's going to put up Randy Moss numbers his first year.
I get you. Like individual talent, I don't disagree.
Yeah, like individual talent to me, he's probably the best in the draft
for a quarterback.
Let's take Joe.
Poverty teams cannot skip
on a franchise quarterback for a wide receiver. There's a lot of poverty teams that do that, and nothing happens.
That is true, though.
Always QB first because they touch the
ball.
But
my point is.
Go ahead.
My point is, Justin Jefferson doesn't need a elite quarterback because he ain't had one.
Give him Daniel Jones.
That's the point.
I don't think he wanted to give him Daniel Jones.
What? He'll make Daniel Jones look all pro. I swear to God he would. You seen what he did to Sam Darnold?
Yeah, but I'd rather have Sam Darnold than Daniel Jones any day of the week.
You say that after he
that now.
Justin Jefferson. But beforehand you would have said that.
So because here's the interesting part, because didn't the Bengals have two picks in the top 10 this draft?
So when I was looking at it, the Vikings had 2 first rounders. The Jaguars had 2 first rounders. Let me see.
I think the Bengals, because didn't they take?
No, I think the Bengals got back in the beginning of the first round, or they took T like right at 33, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, let's take Joe and move on.
All right, yeah, you see this? Great balls, great point. This is the longest number.
You cannot call him that. It's Mendoza.
Mendoza. Great balls is all right. I'm secure in my manhood. I call him great balls.
I thought we were debating taking JJ. We were doing that.
We were. It was the debate is JJ. Again, Jalen and Cody make good points. I get it, but it's just quarterback Joe, whatever. All right, at least thank you for
Yeah,
I
let's just go with
appreciate
Joe.
it. All right.
Hey, so how come we didn't throw Jalen Hurts possibly in there?
All right,
Jalen?
stop it. Let's move on. Stop it.
That's like saying let's
All
go
right.
back in there.
No, but he was a part of this draft.
All right. All right.
All right. So the second pick was the Washington Commanders. I think it was still, I don't know if it was the Commanders or Redskins. Who knows?
Well, it was
Chase Young was originally the pick.
God no.
And I know we're not going to take Chase Young at number 2
That was
if
so
we're
bad.
redrafting. So,
It's bad. It is.
in my opinion, are we taking Jay Jettis here? Or are we
Yeah.
taking anybody else?
If y'all
We're
dare
not-
argue
not-
against Jay
We're
Jettis.
not passing up on Jet. No, we're not.
No.
Justin
Oh,
Jefferson.
man.
Don't
I
you
feel like
dare.
Jay Jettis here at 2 is good.
We're doing Justin
Well, it's
Jefferson.
3. I'm not going to go against it. Go ahead. I'm not
He
gonna
was
say
about
that.
to say Herbert. I know he was.
No, I wasn't going to say I told Joe who I was going to say. So
We're
Joe
doing-
knows I wasn't going to say Herbert.
We're doing
All
Jettis.
right.
All right, fair
So
enough.
at number 3 was the Detroit Lions. They took a cornerback, Jeff Okudah.
Oh,
Horrible pick.
that's rough.
And
That's
now you still got to think about it. They still have Matt Stafford. Should they draft the quarterback for the future, or should they get him a left tackle and continue to protect him? Because
Oh,
He was
that's how
getting-
y'all doing it.
he was getting mollywopped, you know, because you got to look at the team as a whole as well. And you're thinking who's the third best prospect possibly in this draft.
Oh, we're redrafting for the team itself.
Well,
The team needs.
I
we
just
can look
thought
at
we
that
were
as well.
doing
Yes.
if we were the order.
So, just real quick, this is why when y'all said Washington, Jay Jettis, I get your point because Jay Jettis obviously 1 and 2, Joe Burrow, got it. I was leaning. I told you Joe off air. I was leaning Washington should get they needed a quarterback to get and who fits their kind of scheme as Jalen Hurts. So I was saying Jalen Hurts should have went to Washington, but whatever. I'm overruled. Just want to put that out there for the people, just in case anybody agrees.
Okay,
Yeah. I
that
don't
threw
know.
Okay, all right.
Let's not see. I think that takes the fun away a little bit when we look at
You
What-
think?
right,
All right.
right.
So then just best player.
Best player, right?
You just want to go best player?
Okay, that's a different conversation. All right, whatever. Let's do it. It's an improv. Let's do it.
best player is fun.
That's
Y'all really trying
needed.
to
That's needed though. You can't like if it's a quarterback, like a team has a quarterback. you can't
Because
just say-
then shouldn't we go all 4 or 5 quarterbacks the first 4 or 5 picks?
No, because Jettis is there.
yeah, because
But besides
Right.
that, but there's 4 or 5 picks. That's what I'm saying.
No.
But-
I got a
and-
couple quarterbacks a little further back than top 5, but I mean, you don't tell me you're taking
All right, so-
concussion top 5.
no.
No.
Okay, all right.
I
So we
think
got
like
Church-
middle to late first round. Yeah.
So who?
Okay.
Okay, so Detroit's on the clock right now.
Yeah. So Detroit's
clock.
on Jeff Okudah was the pick. We're not
Okay.
taking him again.
They,
So are
they,
we-
they
are-
didn't
are-
need a quarterback, like Joe said. They don't
Okay,
need a
so
quarterback. They have
okay.
Stafford. There's
Okay.
no reason
Yeah,
to get.
but the thing is, should they kind of
You might
get
take-
rid of Stafford? That's what
at
I'm
that
asking.
time, no. At that, if I'm a GM, I'm saying no. Stafford
He wasn't
did.
even in that draft. I'm just talking.
No, so would you take what's his name? Tristan Wirfs at 3?
I would say Tristan Wirfs at offensive tackle.
That's
Book
fine.
it.
We can do that.
Cody, how you-
I ain't got nothing to say no more.
Man, I won't.
My draft mock draft was ruined and smashed to smithereens.
oh, so you were just going by like
we're
best
going
player.
on vibes. Me and Cody were going on vibes.
See,
Y'all
all
were
right.
doing-
See, no, we're being
Right,
reasonable.
vibes. I like that. That was
Jose,
great.
thank you. That you were thinking what I was thinking. Washington Skins needed a QB. Who did they get? Who they have at this time? They had
Dwayne
I
Haskins, I
believe-
think.
Haskins in Bridgewater, and so
Jettis will take them to the next level.
oh my gosh, no.
Yes, he would.
I
Bridgewater
ain't gonna
maybe.
lie.
Yeah, Bridgewater
Jane
maybe.
Daniel.
Yeah, I'm like-
Jay Jettis would have played the Scary Terry
Bridgewater.
role until Jaden.
I think Scary Terry was there in 2019. So imagine Jay Jettis and Scary Terry with Bridgewater.
Yeah, with no quarterback, no offensive identity. Jalen Hurts
Well, if he
would
had
have been the perfect, nice little. Okay, we need a couple. All right, whatever. We already picked. So
It's
just
vibes.
saying.
Me and Jalen.
Now we're going vibes. All right, whatever. Going vibes. Let's do
What's
it.
the
All right.
vibes? Like,
I'm calling you great balls, Mendoza. Detroit drafts Tristan Wirfs. All right, good. Like-minded.
Who's next? Who's next to you?
Yeah, so the 4th pick was the New York Football Giants, and they took Andrew Thomas, another great tackle. That's probably one of the first picks that might be like the same pick yet again.
Okay.
Give
I
him
agree.
Tua. It's New York.
Give him to it. I'm like, because if I'm not mistaken, they had Daniel Jones, and that's when his rookie season. I think he was decent. That's why everybody was like, oh, kind of excited a little bit.
Danny
in New York.
Dimes.
I would say, yeah, just switch they would keep he's the second, Andrew Thomas is the second best tackle. I would definitely say they probably redraft Thomas. There was nothing negative that Thomas has done thus far. He's the best offensive lineman they have. And when he goes down, the offense doesn't even.
Yeah, this
Looked
past
like
year
they
when he
were.
went down, it looked horrible.
And at first, remember the first 2 games that he was healthy, the offensive line looked decent. Like they looked fine offensively. And then he went down. That was it. So do y'all agree, Andrew Thomas?
Oh my God! Yes, I agree.
And Joe, we trust.
I just realized this is the draft that the Eagles picked up freaking Jalen Reagor over Justin.
Oh, man.
my-
This is what that's what I was saying earlier. Remember,
Oh, I want to throw up that day.
bro? I was so like Justin Jefferson at that time was like the second. Everybody was looking at him. Oh, Jamar Chase is leaps and bounds. Like, and it's crazy. They're 1 and 2 now, but they were looking at Justin like a little bit below Jamar, and everybody was like laughing in the Minnesota Vikings draft room. They were just like laughing, like, I can't believe they did it.
That's funny.
Yeah, like I remember that. They were laughing, like they're like, "Oh, the Eagles really went with Jalen Reagor."
Word, right?
Like for real?
Jefferson would have asked for a trade after a year with Haskins. Hey, RIP, all right? Chill.
Yeah,
RIP,
don't
bro.
tell you that's wrong.
Hey, come on, Kylie. We're just having fun.
What, me?
All right, next
So the Miami Dolphins were here at the 5th pick, and they took Tua Tagovailoa,
Justin Herbert.
and that's what I was gonna go with.
Justin Herbert.
Justin
They're
Herbert.
pissed. They should have. They messed.
They
up.
messed
They
up
messed
bad.
up.
Yeah.
They should have went. They could have went Justin Herbert, or they really could have went Jordan Love. Anything over Tua.
That's
That's
me and
disgusting,
Joe.
too.
That's debatable. Jordan Love and Tua. I think
Jordan Love is
depends what you
Tua
want.
without the concussion.
I think one is more risk. One's more big play. Jordan Love, I agree, but
Yeah.
Tua is more accurate and he's less boneheaded plays. I'll say.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, he has the head stuff. I got it, but
Yeah.
that's a good conversation though. Jordan Love and Tua for sure.
At number 6, the Chargers did take Justin Herbert. Now, do we look at Jalen Hurts or Jordan
Yep.
Love right here?
Jalen Hurts.
That's good.
I'll go.
Okay.
You gotta look
I
at
feel
Jalen Hurts.
bad for him.
You gotta look
Well,
at-
I'm like the Chargers. The Chargers had Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler. So at that time, they were still pretty stacked.
I mean, from the careers they had so far, Jalen Hurts is better than Jordan Love and better than Tua.
Oh,
So
yeah.
So let's talk about, because again, we like how you bring up Joe Burrow and you mention what's around him. Same
Right.
thing with Jalen Hurts. If we say Jalen Hurts as a pure quarterback
Mm-hmm.
without the tush push, like his own running ability is still there. So I'm not
Right.
saying he's not. That's still there. But pure quarterback, QBR and passer rating and all that, him, Tua, and Jordan Love are very comparable. Like,
Yeah.
all 3 of them are in the same. Again, yes, Jalen Hurts has won and he's been a super. I got that, but just them specifically, watching them as a quarterback. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll pick Jalen Hurts this quick. With Tua is just the concussion stuff. Without
Right.
the concussion stuff, I think Tua. I mean, he's more as a quarterback.
But remember,
Tua before Tyreek Hill and the concussion, he wasn't better than what Jalen Hurts is now.
Jalen Hurts is now with the weapons. But see
No,
what I
hold
mean?
on.
Like you're taking
Hold on.
weapons away from one player.
But so Jalen Hurts hasn't gotten better.
Yeah, of course. I don't
Right.
disagree there.
And
But
I feel
why?
like he's gotten past Tua.
Same way that Jalen questions Joe.
yeah,
Not Joe, but Joe Burrow. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, yes, he's getting better. The team offensively is adding more weapons.
right.
The defense is getting better. Everything's getting better around him. Wouldn't that equate, unless Jalen Hurts sucked, Jalen Hurts would be better? Of course.
Right.
And I agree.
Fair.
Jalen Hurts is better. Even on tape, I think he's better. He makes less stupid mistakes that he made before.
Right.
But Jalen, I interrupted you, dude. Go ahead.
No, but I was gonna say, remember, we can't argue fantasy though. We gotta argue facts moving into next
Right.
season. So you're saying take away Tua's concussion? We can't do that because that again. Because then I say give Jalen Hurts Josh Allen arm. You know what I mean?
Right. That's fair. That's a good
So
point.
I'm not arguing fantasy no more. So with the concussions and everything with Tua, we're not taking him here. He's out.
Okay.
Because the availability. Jalen Hurts win percentage, availability, and I know what you're saying too with the pushback on AJ Brown, Smitty. I will say this though, kind of what Cody said before Tyreek Hill got again an elite receiver got to Miami. Tua really wasn't much of anything. I watched Jalen Hurts get to the playoffs with a rookie, Devontae Smith. He was not elite.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when we had Miles Sanders at running back, not elite.
Right.
I watched him, they all scrambled. That team was scrambling, but they made it to the playoffs, got beat by the Bucks in the first rounds. Right. So I'm just saying, at least I've seen Jalen Hurts play without quote-unquote elite players and still have a winning percentage, a good winning percentage. That's all.
I'm going to concede, and I'm definitely gonna. I agree. I'll put Hurts, but I will just push back real quick. Also, we have to put in account when judging Tua against Hurts. Jalen Hurts has always had a great offensive line. Anytime that offensive line got hurt, I would see Jalen Hurts look not great, which is not a condemnation on him because I think almost any quarterback in that kind of scenario is the same way. Tua, we have never seen him with a good offensive line. You know what I mean? He has to do what he has to do. So I just want to put that out there because, yes, I agree. But, the front line those are big stars too.
But again, we got to just leave it as facts. And so what's facts is
I give Hurts. I agree.
Yeah,
I can see. Hands down. You got it. Jalen Hurts. Number 6, Chargers. We all agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
So at number 7, the Carolina Panthers took defensive tackle Derek Thomas, which is a monster right there. But there's another defensive tackle out there. Would you have taken him over Derek Thomas? And that's Matt BK. There's other guys out there as well. There's Jordan Love. You have Tua out there, and there's some. There's some good safeties, and there's some really good cornerbacks out there.
I'd say I'll let
Jordan
y'all.
Love.
Yep, I'm going Jordan Love.
Yep, I submit Jordan Love.
Jordan Love at 7?
That's kind of high, but Carolina, they had, I don't know who, but I think
they had nobody.
Head coach.
Matt Rule. I think Matt Rule was there, and I think
I'm going with Jordan Love here.
What you think,
so
Joe?
Jordan Love at 7. Yeah, I could have argued Matt BK possibly at 7.
Was this the year Baker there, or who was quarterback that year?
No,
was it Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold, something like that.
Sam Darnold either.
I think it was Sam Darnold and possibly Baker.
I'm telling you, I was on to something.
Let me look. Oh, actually, I was wrong initially when I said Teddy Bridgewater was at Washington, so I really think they should have got a quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater was for Carolina.
Yeah, he was the Panthers. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Teddy was a.
This
was after the injury, though, right?
So I would definitely go Jordan Love here at 7.
Absolutely. This was his last season, wasn't it?
Okay. This was earlier, but Jose, tell me if you can at least see the plan with Jordan Love at Carolina, because I think this was for the Chargers or Miami. Hold on.
Yeah, let me look at the. So they still had Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, Jordan Love. Right. Just plug in a big play quarterback. I think they would have. I don't think they would have regretted that. They still haven't regretted, of course, their tackle. He's great, but still.
Yeah.
I think they needed a quarterback at that time. Don't forget that Shane Steichen was Chargers offensive coordinator that year, too. We see how Hurts was after he got he's talking about the Eagles.
Yeah.
Wait, right? Okay.
Yeah.
He's talking about Jalen Hurts, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so at number 8, the Atlanta Falcons took AJ Terrell, cornerback. If I'm not mistaken, all-pro or first team at least.
Wasn't it Arizona, number 8?
I didn't know he
had the Falcons.
Let me know first.
Yeah, let me look at it right now.
Yeah, Arizona, number 8. Atlanta, 16.
Well, I think they traded up.
You might have me on that, but
because it has number 8 Atlanta.
Hold on, real quick.
What pick are we on? 8.
Number 8.
And they got who? Isaiah Simmons?
No,
See,
AJ Terrell.
Right?
No,
you're seeing what I'm seeing.
It was Arizona.
It was Arizona.
Yeah, they picked Isaiah Simmons.
I agree, Jose. I agree, Jose.
Let me see, because Isaiah Simmons went 16 to the Cardinals.
Nah, you got it mixed.
He got number 8. He went number 8. I'm looking right at
Yeah.
it. AJ Terrell went to the Falcons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, we know
I
that.
didn't. I was about to
16.
say I didn't know AJ Terrell went that high. I was like, God damn.
Nah, he didn't go to 16.
Jose, fact check it. We got 3 against 1.
Oh,
We need
okay, I think I
4
got it
against 1.
wrong. Yeah, I got it confused backwards.
Right.
My bad.
Because I was gonna say, I'm about to fight for Joe in this pick right here for his boy.
Number 8.
So with the Falcons, who was their quarterback at the time?
No,
Arizona.
this is Arizona.
I mean, Arizona, my bad. But
It was Kyler Murray. They had Murray.
yeah. So Kyler Murray.
Come on,
I'm
would you-
going CD Lamb.
CD Lamb
Yeah.
gotta go here. He has
All
to
day.
go here.
Yeah, we the vibes.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
you get
that's the vibe.
CD and Kyler Murray. Come on, bro.
that's the vibe.
Especially when Kyler was like, I feel like at his peak. I know he's still good now,
But,
but
no,
I
you're
feel
right.
like during that time, like he was like, bro, everybody was looking at him like, can he lead Arizona to a Super Bowl possibly?
Yeah.
I want some
Make-
cookies, man.
Okay. All right.
I got
Sorry.
some M&M ones from HEB.
Just sit
Hey,
back.
random. Best cookies. Do you Tiff's treats?
Tip
is up
treats.
there?
I like homemade sugar cookie. That's my favorite.
I'm like, it just depends on what Crumble's having for the week.
Oh,
Ah, crumble.
trouble.
with you,
I
Jalen.
never-
I'm with you,
Oh.
Jalen.
It depends on
They pissed me
the
off
cookie
twice.
though.
They pissed me off twice, dude. I
But
don't
what
like
did you
it.
get? Like, don't tell me you're going to Crumble to get regular chocolate chip.
I did, and I was pissed. How do you mess up a chocolate chip? How
Bro.
do you do?
We ain't doing chocolate chip right. What we doing?
But that's not what their specialty is.
I know they do the special cookies. You add some icing on it. And all that. I'm the one
Yeah.
diabetes, dude. I just want a freaking cookie.
Boo, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe.
Who this man, dude? Who this guy, dude?
Crumble sucks.
Respectfully,
Anyway, yeah, tip treats. I
Jalen.
agree.
Jalen always.
He always is. He's always eating on live too.
Hey, y'all.
No.
Football. Come on, what are we talking about? We'll make this about
I'd be
me.
willing to
Alright.
do it. I just don't have the courage.
Yeah.
All right.
So with the 9th pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars drafted C.J. Henderson, a guy who's not even on the team no more.
Easy. I think this is easy, fellas.
All right, what we got?
Jacksonville
Stay at corner.
quarterback.
Jalen Johnson.
No,
Stay
get
at corner.
quarterback.
Stick with your corner.
We don't want to go.
Okay, Cody.
Okay, I agree.
Just my opinion.
I mean,
Y'all
who
got-
was their receivers at the time?
I don't care. They needed help on defense. I think.
Yeah, I would go Jalen Johnson here.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
got-
I wouldn't take Ayuk this high or
They
T.
had Jalen Ramsey at the time, right?
2020.
Yeah, but I think no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so
I think that's when he
I
started
mean-
to say I'm holding out and everything. Like I want
Even
out of
if
here.
so, hey, imagine that. Imagine that.
Okay,
combination.
y'all got me
All
out
right,
ruled. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Jalen Ramsey left the next year to go to the Rams to win the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
right? In 2021.
We got some pushback, fellas.
How about Xavier McKinney for Jacksonville? I would take
No, I was
I
thinking
feel like-
something different than cornerback.
I was thinking, but Jalen Johnson though, I feel like position wise is higher than Xavier McKinney is safety wise.
Even though Xavier McKinney's doing this. All right.
No,
You
yeah,
talk
like,
about safeties,
he-
this man is just.
I
getting-
feel like he got back on track because I remember for a couple years there, him in the Giants, I feel like his career was like just, and then him
Okay.
going to Green Bay, just got him back on the right track.
Give him Chase Young. There we go.
No, right. Of course they would. Yeah, sabotage. Let's do it, guys.
Chase Young.
Jose, valid point. Xavier McKinney, it's a good fit, but I'm just since they got a corner, I'm kind of. I guess maybe it's lazy. I don't know, but Jalen Johnson's out there. Yeah, get Jalen Johnson, best corner. Well, top 4, top 5 corner out there.
Alrighty. So with the 10th pick, the Browns took Jadarick Willis, offensive lineman. He was in a bunch of I think State Farm or Progressive commercials with Baker Mayfield. So would you look here as another wide receiver to go with Baker possibly?
T. Higgins.
So would you take T or would you take Ayuk?
T. Higgins. He's better than Ayuk.
Oh, that's a good one. Yo, Jalen, why do you say that? So
That
confident.
is so true, though.
No,
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
y'all want to take Henry Ruggs here? We know what happened there.
No.
Oh, man,
So
stop it.
Let's stick with those two. You're right. Let's talk
Yeah.
about them two. It's very comparable. Okay, So T. Higgins, Brandon Ayuk. You say T. Higgins is better.
T. Higgins is better.
I'm trying. How do you get that? I have seen Ayuk play with Brock Purdy, injured other quarterbacks that we don't even freaking remember their name.
Oh, he's got the Justin Jefferson
And he
argument.
has, he's played fantastic. When the other guy came in for, again, I got to get his name because I got to stop disrespecting the quarterback. That when Joe Burrow was hurt, T. Higgins didn't get as much love. Jamar Chase still cooked. Not as much, but he still cooked.
Well, not Jake Browning. Jake Browning went wild for those couple
for like
games.
2 games. Yeah, like 2 games. Then he came back to earth. But
yeah,
that's a. Don't get me wrong. I don't think you're.
I think with
close,
T,
but-
I think with T, we saw it a little bit easier. Brandon Ayuk, he was in that offense, and we're kind of waiting for him to kind of burst out because all those other guys, you kind of saw a little bit easier with T.
Honestly, if y'all want to go Ayuk here or T, again, it don't matter to me because I think this is back-to-back picks anyway. So,
Okay, so
I think T, when we look at it right now, has a higher ceiling.
I agree with that. Or are you drafting Henry Ruggs?
Not on this
Cell
draft.
block.
I'll say we disagree a lot, but we agreed on a lot.
Y'all know he's up for parole next year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Just because you got money, you can kill somebody and get up parole in 3 years.
Yeah, dude. Money talks, and money is the.
Y'all
well,
think
the
he
love
ever
of
get
money.
in the NFL again or no?
the Titans need a receiver. Just saying. They need a fast one, too. And he's
Hey,
fast.
He's
Hey.
fast.
On and off the field.
I would go
Yeah.
T.
That's a good one. No one heard. Come on, you got to give him credit. That was pretty good. Slid it in there.
He knows
So-
how to shift gears.
Are y'all? Oh goodness, another one. Okay, come on, guys. What are we doing?
All right.
Yeah. Let's. So, I vote Ayuk.
Okay.
I think I might be. Don't just give in. I think
No,
I'm getting.
I would go
outvoted.
T.
Yeah, and Cody.
I'd vote T as well.
Well, Jalen, stick with your guns.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm sticking my guy in at that
Yeah.
point. We're
Yeah,
going T.
right. It's all right.
Yeah.
Like you said, I think both of these. Actually. Okay, go ahead, Joe. Say number 11.
All right. So the 11th pick, the Jets took Mekhi Becton, tackle. Let me see who they had. So they had Sam Darnold. So just think about that right now.
They took who?
Mm-hmm.
Mekhi Becton.
Tackle.
Yeah, he didn't pan out till last year.
So their running backs weren't that good, and their wide receivers weren't that good either. So would you look at Jonathan Taylor here, or would you look at Brandon Ayuk?
Nah, man, I'm
What
going
about
to the
defense?
I'm
Yeah.
going to the defense, dude. I'm going AJ
Okay.
Terrell, cornerback.
Yep, I like that. Terrell.
You know what? I don't mind that.
Because their offense is going to suffer no matter what. I don't care
Yeah.
what. They
Yeah,
don't.
'cause-
They didn't have anything like you said. One piece isn't going to do anything for them
That's true.
unless it's Justin Jefferson. Gotcha. No problem.
Okay,
Got it,
and
got
then
it.
so the 12th pick was actually the first wide receiver taken, the guy we were just talking about just a second ago, Henry Ruggs. So they still had Derek Carr, and he was okay at the time. Kind of fell off a cliff after that.
Okay,
It's
see, we're talking about this year. Go ahead. Sorry.
So would you continue to give him a wide receiver? Would you go Brandon
yeah.
Ayuk here?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd go Ruggs again.
No. Okay. Of course you would. Of course you would.
If we was really redoing it, like for the team.
No.
at the
Again, with
time-
hindsight, we know what's happened. We know that he is
True.
behind bars.
You
Right
saw the future, Cody, so you will be wasting the picture still.
now. You're just
You'll be
hating
paying him
on
all
it.
that money for no reason.
Ayuk, okay. Ayuk. It
Yeah, let's
is.
go Ayuk here.
T brings less drama, but Ayuk is slightly better. That is a good conversation, though.
I
T
don't think
Higgins,
Ayuk's better, bro.
I think he is, but I think it's close. The only reason why I even pushed back is because how confidently you said it and how quick
Oh,
it threw me off. It threw me off. I was like, whoa, I didn't think he was that much. Okay, all right.
he is.
Someone pick up actually. Oh, okay. Stop it, Jose. Chill.
Alrighty,
Wait,
so the
so,
13th.
Ayuk. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so with the 13th pick, the San Francisco 49ers took Javon Kinlaw, defensive tackle. So I'm looking at Matabike, or I'm looking at Winfield or McKinney.
Didn't we skip Tampa? Tampa
Yeah,
was 13.
Tampa's 13.
That's what we're
So-
on. Oh,
No, he
I thought
said- he
What
said
are you
the-
on? You're on Cowboys.net. Get out of
No.
here. Dude. Get on Bleacher Report or something. I don't know.
just go to ESPN. Like,
Yeah, I just go to
No,
Pro
when I-
Football
when I
Network.
look-
It's right there.
I guess these people don't know how to write properly or something.
No.
Damn.
Maybe they're saying, "Oh, this is what I would do. I would trade up." Boom.
I think they traded. I think yeah. So I think this was the original picks that I was looking at. So the Bucks originally took the 13th pick, and they took Tristan Wirfs.
yeah, right.
Unfortunately, homeboy's already gone.
Yeah.
And at this time they picked up Thomas Patrick Edward Brady here. So where do you want to go with this?
Andrew Thomas.
Andrew Thomas.
Andrew Thomas is already gone. So would
We
you?
already took him.
Yeah. So would you kind of reach here with Mekhi Becton, knowing how he is, or would you look to because you still had Mike Evans and I think Chris Godwin.
Yeah, you have to have them both.
So had them both. So would you look at where would you look
wasn't
at?
bad. Yeah, Winfield. I like what you said, Winfield.
Winfield. You said that, Joe?
Yeah.
Good pick. Yeah, I say Winfield. Oh, I mean, yeah, Jose got a point. We're really
No,
talking about it.
but that's what I'm saying.
Right.
He wanted a lineman here, but
Mhm.
we're redrafting now. These guys are gone. Would you reach
Re-
for Robert Hunt or Mekhi Becton?
Man,
That's the
yeah.
thing here.
Would you
Right,
reach
the O
for
tackles
Becton?
get hard. Yeah.
Would you reach for Becton? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so.
But hindsight, because Winfield is an All-Pro, so yeah, I second the Winfield pick.
Winfield.
Real quick on Jose's pushback. Becton is a better option. He won't have to deal with the MetLife Stadium turf in Tampa. That is also true. But right now, like Jalen and Cody said, we're going on vibes, and Winfield is definitely a much better player at his position than Becton. But I feel you.
Alrighty.
Tom Brady does want to tackle.
No, yeah. So this is one of the picks too. When I was looking at it, I'm like, he wanted to tackle. Fortunately, Tristan Wirfs is not here. Andrew Thomas isn't here, and I feel like at this point in the draft, you can't reach. But moving on, the San Francisco 49ers, they did take Javon Kinlaw, defensive tackle.
DC.
I'm like,
I think
do they take Matabike here or McKinney?
Yep. Matabike, dude.
Matabike, yeah.
You wanted a tackle, you needed a tackle, get a better tackle. Right there.
Mm-hmm. Where did
Alright.
he end up getting picked?
Matabike, I think like in the second or third round.
Damn.
So think about like some of these guys were taken second, third, fourth, even later. Like the Jarius Sneed guy, we're gonna talk about a little later in this draft, fourth or
Third
fifth round. Jalen Hurts, second round. Trayvon Diggs, possibly in this first round for second round pick. It's crazy. Like some of these guys, how much they fail. But moving on, the Denver Broncos originally took Jerry Jeudy at pick 15.
Yikes.
So
It just didn't work out for him, you know what I mean? Jerry Jeudy, I mean, last year he balled, right?
The true, fair.
But
Is AJ
it just not at
Terrell
Denver. It
gone?
didn't work out. Say it again.
AJ Terrell's gone at this point in our draft.
yeah.
Yes.
So
The
the
Jets.
guys I'm looking at are L'Jarius Sneed, Xavier McKinney.
Oh, really?
I'll go Xavier McKinney here.
Safety. Didn't they have Justin,
Yeah, Simmons.
right? So they don't really need. I was thinking Derek Brown because, I mean, they've always had tackle issues. They never could
Yeah,
stop.
Derek
the run.
Brown to still be on the board at originally at this point, possibly.
Right. Because McKinney, I think McKinney's great, but I think they didn't need safety help. I could be wrong.
I feel. Yeah, let me look up the Broncos 2020
real quick.
roster.
Let's look at this
Mhm.
comment. Jose, Denver is awful at this point. Give them Tua.
That's true. Their quarterback was terrible,
Oh,
right?
the-
It
Oh
was
yeah,
Brock Osweiler or some shit. I don't know who
Let
it
me
was
see.
at this point.
Yeah, Joe will look up the roster.
Who
Who
can
was
get-
the quarterback at 2020?
It was that dude that they signed him way too much money. I forget
Not
his
I.
name.
It
So
could.
they,
It
so they had
wasn't
Drew Lock. They picked up
Drew
Drew
Lock.
Lock.
Yeah, that's who it was.
So if you can get Tua at this point,
Damn.
I would technically
Ah.
maybe go Tua
dude.
because
You're right.
Drew Lock, Brett Rippin,
Nah,
Tua.
you're good call, Jose. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking defense, but boy, they need a quarterback. So
Okay, so the Denver Broncos take Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, Alabama.
Quebec, Alabama.
Alrighty, so with the 16th pick, the Atlanta Falcons originally took AJ Terrell, and if I'm not mistaken, he was taking 5 picks ahead. So I think right here, Xavier McKinney possibly.
yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't have the safety room at that point. So I agree. Kenny, cool.
Alrighty, so with the 17th pick, unfortunately, my boy CD Lamb is not here anymore to be taken with the Cowboys. They did have Amari Cooper though, so I was kind of
Whoa.
surprised that they're able to let him fall. Thank you, Philly, for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No
I got
problem.
I got a perfect pick for you, brother. And you would
So-
you love CD, so I wouldn't say you'd rather this, but at this point in time,
So
you would love
they-
this. Go ahead.
So I'm thinking L'Jarius Sneed.
No, you what? Hey, Jalen,
Yeah.
the last couple of years, what have the Cowboys not been able to do?
Stop the run.
Maybe if we got a guy in Derek Brown, a defensive tackle,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that
don't
would
know.
help.
I forgot because I was looking at him earlier, and I don't know why I thought we wrote his name down. So Derek
He's
Brown,
great. Him to fall this
17.
late. Right.
yeah. No, I could see it. Derek Brown, D tackle, because he's probably top 3 defensive tackles right now in the league.
Arguably. That's actually another good debate right there.
Alrighty.
Hold on. We got something here.
Chase Claypool.
Chase Claypool.
If we're talking about like best 1-year wonders, possibly.
Man, didn't that age terribly for him when he was
Yeah.
on the whatever podcast thing? He said, I think, what did he say? Top 2 or top what? I forgot what he said.
I'm top 2, but I'm not 2, but I'm 1, or something like that. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Something silly.
Yo, Jose, I'm not mad at this, but I just am looking at
Because even at that time, their middle was still bad.
But
Okay,
Look
so
at
with the 18th pick, the Dolphins took offensive lineman Austin Jackson out of USC. So,
keep it.
offensive lineman, would you take Mekhi Becton here or Robert
No.
Hunt?
I take the brother that we drafted, Mike Onowenu, whatever his name is. I think overall he's better than both of them. Robert Hunt played okay, don't get me wrong, but I think he's the most consistent offensive lineman that's there.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be like, I have a fine-tooth comb watching the Patriot games, but
Yeah.
He's just a better offensive lineman.
Okay. Moving on. So the Las Vegas Raiders now, they did officially move during this time to cornerback Damon Arnett. This is one of the other guys that were going wild on camera, buying guns, stuff like that. So would they look at another cornerback here, or would they look at linebacker here?
Yep.
Diggs.
Right. Diggs
So
or
would you
Snead?
take Diggs or L'Jarius Sneed?
Ooh, good one.
At this point,
Trayvon Diggs, L'Jarius Sneed. I'm leaning towards Sneed, but I'm not mad at either one. I think both of them are the top 2 corners that are left. I think Diggs, as we know, he's more of a risk taker. Right.
yeah.
Sneed is more of a – we've seen even in Tennessee this last year. He's like, I'm shutting this
Yeah,
out.
let's go with Snead here. Yeah. I agree.
Okay. And so with the 20th pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars took outside linebacker Kavlon Chason out of LSU. So do we look at Patrick Queen here? are. Let me see who else is on the board still.
Did they have a Loacon at this point? Because if they did, then I wouldn't go Patrick Queen.
Let
But
me
if
look
they
at
didn't,
their.
then I would. So Loacon, he's good he's an all-pro middle linebacker. So I would leave him alone if he's there. If he's not there, then I mean Patrick Queen.
All right, let me look at their.
Go for it. Because
Their
they
depth
pick
chart.
an edge rusher. The best edge rusher that's left is like a Chase Young or Alex Highsmith.
Yeah, let me see. So wide receivers, they had DJ Chark, Kellen Cole, left tackle Cam Robinson, left guard Andrew Noel, center Brandon. So their line was good by all means. Quarterback Gardner Minshew, all the quarterbacks are gone. Running
But
back, that's when they had James Robinson. Would you have
he was good. He
thinking
was good at
about?
that time. Nah, he was good at this time.
He was still good, but I think if I'm not mistaken, he probably got hurt like around this time.
We wouldn't be able to tell that part, right? I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm not too sure. So defensive end was Josh Allen, the other Josh
Mhm.
Allen,
Okay.
and then they drafted Kavon to kind of pair with him.
Right. Who was
And
their
then
linebacking core?
So the linebacking core was Miles Jack, Joe Scorbert, and Leon Jacobs.
I mean, at this time, remember Miles Jack was the
That's when
jack
he
of
was
all
he was
trade
just
at the
going
time,
all
right?
crazy, bro. Like he was tackling 100 tackles per year. Then they
Yeah.
released him, and everybody was like, "What the?"
And then he fell off. So it was like, oh, y'all saw something. What did y'all see that he wasn't? Yeah, it was wild. I remember when y'all got him, Jalen. I said, shoot, this is gonna be rough.
So
Then
I'm
y'all
looking at
released him.
Yeah, that's
so I'm looking at their cornerbacks, and they drafted C.J. Henderson earlier in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
So this is their second first round draft pick. So would they get their cornerback here?
But they got Jalen. We agreed Jalen.
Well, they're
Johnson.
second. They're like imagine two cornerbacks, or do you think they're good with one? Because it was C.J. Henderson and Trey Henderson that they had at the time. So take C.J. Henderson off. Trey Henderson, he was okay.
I mean, Trayvon Diggs or another edge rusher.
Mhm.
Right.
Or would you put Patrick on the outside because Patrick was usually under Roquan Smith.
Right. Man, that's a toughie. What are you leaning towards? I think all three are good options.
Yeah, I'm looking at like who
Okay.
came in and made an impact sooner.
Look what Jose said. Zach Bond in Jacksonville here. So I get it. No
No.
offense, but Zach Bond had one.
Joe
Scorbert. I'm not overdoing it right now.
Joe Scorbert, though, he was a good middle linebacker.
He was at the time. Yes.
So I could see Patrick Queen, having him on the outside, and then eventually Joe leaves and he becomes the Mike.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, I agree with it. Cool. Philly.
Alrighty.
I got a perfect pick for you, man.
Jalen Rager, let's do it again.
No, okay, all right,
Bro. I
It
can
all
only
worked out, right?
imagine. I can
matter.
only imagine like how you felt like after the season and knowing these guys are like balling. Like CD.
Y'all are lucky that we didn't do this back in 2020 because we probably would have got canceled because I was cussing up a storm. When we drafted, but I was so pissed because when everybody else passed up on Justin Jefferson, I was like idiots.
Yeah,
I was like, you took Judy and Ruggs, whoever. I was like, yes, give us Justin. We need help at the receiver position. Justin Jefferson. This is too easy. And then they said Jalen freaking Rager, and I almost stopped being an Eagles fan that day. I swear.
That was a Patriot move, dude. That's what we do all the time, so I feel it.
I was like, what the fuck? Justin Jefferson is right there.
Imagine that now. Oh man. Oh, don't imagine it. Sorry. Yeah. Well, you won a Super Bowl. Who cares, right? Yeah. Right.
So the Eagles took Jalen Rager here.
Right.
Like they did have Miles Sanders, but would you look at Jonathan Taylor here?
Yeah, to make up
your receiver. You needed a receiver.
Deshaun,
Michael Pittman's still there.
What receiver?
It was Alshon and Deshaun.
Michael Pittman Jr. still out there. Big receiver. You got AJ Brown. I get he's not AJ Brown, but that's only because he got freaking Richardson thrown on the ball.
Because they had Deshaun, Alshon, and Zach Ertz. at that time.
Zach Ertz was good at the time.
If I had to go back and pick at this time between Jonathan, knowing how
Well,
Jonathan
it's
Taylor,
Jonathan
Michael
Taylor.
Pittman,
Yeah.
I'm thinking Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. I'm not gonna
Miles
argue
Sanders
that.
is a good backup at that point.
Yeah.
Imagine Jonathan Taylor and
With that line
you know
becoming.
You know what's funny? Jonathan Taylor now, at the time, y'all had Shane Steichen. This was Shane Steichen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it. All right.
Yeah, we're going Jonathan Taylor there.
Yeah. JT.
Alrighty. And with the 22nd pick, the Minnesota Vikings took Justin Jefferson here. But unfortunately, that boy was taken number 2.
Hold on real
Oh.
quick. Michael Pittman Jr. to Philly. I agreed, but I do say Jonathan Taylor. It's too good. It's too good to pass.
With that O line, Jonathan Taylor's too good of a pick to pass.
Could you imagine how fast his career would have started with that
Would have
line?
started. Right.
Yeah,
right.
man. Jonathan Taylor would be on a crazy track right now,
Yeah.
bro.
Take that.
Nikhil Harry, Jalen Rager.
Yeah, we both failed, but I think N'Keal Harry's better receiver than Jalen Rager. Beat it.
Hey, and they both played for the Patriots.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. No, Shane was in. Oh, okay. That was your point. So he was the offensive coordinator or offensive play caller for the Chargers. Okay, fair enough, brother.
That's why he said Jalen Hurts going there made sense.
Okay, got it. Makes more sense. Oh, but 22. Sorry, go ahead, Joe. Sorry. Oh
yeah. So Justin Jefferson was taken here. So let me see how the Vikings depth chart looked at that time.
Trayvon Diggs is there. You might as well, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they didn't have a corner.
So they had Kirk, Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison. Their wide receivers were Adam Thielen. Of course, they didn't have Justin Jefferson.
Right.
So their
Adam
line
Thielen was good at this time. He was a Pro Bowler.
So they're Daniil Hunter, Michael Pierce, Anthony Barr, Eric Hendricks. Damn, I think Trayvon Diggs with this would be a good pick.
Right.
Because they had Mike Hughes and Jeff Gladney. So I think Trayvon Diggs with that defensive front, I think that would have been a great pick.
I'll second it. I think, yeah, they didn't have a corner room, so Diggs, best corner out there that's available. Get him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the 23rd pick, the New England Patriots selected safety Kyle Duggar, guy who's actually still with this team.
Wait, what did you say?
Kyle Duggar?
Oh.
Or did I get it wrong again?
Hold on. I think we traded and we didn't get a first round pick.
Oh, okay. So it went to the
Chargers?
The Chargers, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm going by what the original thing was.
Yeah, we didn't. We're stupid when it comes to drafts. So no
So
first
the
round pick for us.
The Chargers came back into this, and they took Kenneth Murray, Cowboy now,
Right.
linebacker.
Uh-huh.
So the Chargers.
Good pickup, by the way, Joe. No, not being sarcastic. I think he's a good young talent.
Hopefully, man. I don't know.
Here, look at Joe. Jose says, use Wikipedia. Mr. Great Balls. Okay, then Michael Pittman Jr. to Minnesota. I get it. I think I'm the only fan of Michael Pittman up here, but whatever. It's okay.
Yeah, you must really like him.
I mean, he can still go to Minnesota at the 31st pick.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the Chargers took. So this time they had Eckler, Keenan, Mike Williams, Hunter Henry. I don't think they need any offense.
No.
I'm like,
I'll go defense.
well, maybe let me look at their defense. Joey Bosa, Linval Joseph, Justin Jones, Melvin Ingram. That front was good. Drew Tranquil. I'm like, they did take Murray, but he was okay. Casey Hayward, Chris Harris. So
Maybe like a Jordan Brooks linebacker. Trying to think of
What about Chase Young here?
Oh, maybe to pair with Joey Bosa. Who was the edge? I know Joey Bosa.
It was Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa.
Melvin Ingram was a dog at this time, right? Or was he going out?
He was still good.
Still good.
But I mean, this is a young talent you get with him.
Right, just right behind him.
Yeah, I mean, Chase Young could go here.
Yeah,
and Chase Young. Yeah, I mean, might as well, right?
Yeah, because you can never not have too many edge guys.
Of course.
You get him for cheap.
Get it for cheap.
Okay.
New Orleans. All right, let's see. Yeah, great balls. Let's see. Robert Hunt, Jonah Jackson are top guards. One, I don't think they're top guards, but they're still undrafted at this point. Yes, sir.
Yeah, because look how deep this draft is. I think around this
Yeah.
time, this is when you start looking at guards now, because you try to get the tackles, but this tackle group, the first two are all pro. Then it's
Yep.
fell
Chase
hard
Young.
here.
Yeah, he did fail.
No, he
Technically, from the second pick, right?
to the 23rd. That's crazy.
But we all know, we all know now. So
Hi, Cody.
Hey, my bad, bro. My bad. It's
all
the
good, dude.
motherfucking quesadillas.
Okay, you could have left it out. You didn't have to explain to us. Appreciate the honesty. All right.
Yeah. So with the 24th pick, the New Orleans Saints took center Cesar Ruiz.
Yeah. Now let's talk about it. Go ahead.
So
I say the guy he just named goes right here. You have to tell me if you agree. I think Jonah Jackson, easily.
you think
Who?
he's better than Robert Hunt?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, Robert Hunt, it took him a minute, right? Nah. I think you're right, dude. I think you're right. I'll say Robert Hunt. I say Robert Hunt. He is better than Jonah.
Okay. So with the 25th pick, the San Francisco 49ers traded up to draft Brandon Ayuk. So he is gone. So I think we go Michael Pittman here.
Wait, where did Bernard go?
He went 25th. So he went earlier in the draft and he went, where did he go?
To
Where
Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
To Vegas at 12.
Where's T. Higgins?
He
T.
went at
Higgins.
he had 11.
Okay, sorry.
Cleveland.
Oh yeah, we go Michael Pittman then. Here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so with the 26th pick, the the Green Bay Packers had traded up to draft Jordan Love here. So they were looking for the future Aaron Rodgers replacement. Unfortunately, all the quarterbacks are gone. So if they traded up, who are they trying to get?
Henry Ruggs.
Okay. No.
I thought it was me.
Just they're the ones that started the TUSH push initiative. So yeah, give him Henry Ruggs.
Yeah,
That's
they're sore losers.
Jealous. Yeah. Jordan Love can't do it. That's all.
So would you look at
Man,
Alex Highsmith here? Or
what was
Grant Delpit?
Right, Grant Delpit, Kyle Duggar.
Mm-hmm. Let me look at their depth chart.
Right. Yeah, just their defense. Yeah, see what's up.
Because they still got Aaron Rodgers at this point, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and he's MVP Rodgers.
Yeah, so that you don't really. I mean, you adjust for the future, but you don't have to really go quarterback here.
Yeah. So let me look at their.
Receivers are gone. Well, Pittman's like better, the best one that's gone.
So they had Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, Devontae Adams, Alan Lazard.
Yeah, they don't need nothing.
Bakhtiari, Jenkins, Corey Lindsley, Billy Turner, Rick Ragnar.
They could go Cole
I'm
Met.
like they could go Mekhi Becton possibly here.
Nah. Well, what's their defense? Look at their defense.
So their defense was Lowry, Kenny Clark, Tyler Lancaster. So I think you have to look for edge rushers because you have Zadarius Smith,
right.
Kirksey, Burks, Preston Smith, Jair, and then Kevin King.
So what's their safeties? I didn't hear the safeties.
Their safeties Darnell Savage and Adrian Amos.
So the safeties are good. So I would say not Duggar and so maybe
Highsmith or Gennard here.
Or I mean their linebacking core sounds bad.
So then would you go Brooks or Logan Wilson?
Oh, I would say Logan Wilson. He's could play he could play in coverage, he could play against the run, he could play rushing the passer.
Yeah.
Or I mean you're right on the edge rushing part too. But Preston Smith, he would play edge rush, and so would Zadarius.
Yeah.
I don't think that, and Kenny Clark plugs up the middle.
Yeah, linebacker, you can kind of plug him anywhere. So I think Logan should be okay.
AJ Spencer to Green Bay. I'm not mad at it. This is funny. Hold on. Give them
Devin
Devin Duvernay.
Duvernay.
That's funny. Where did he just go? Just got.
Was it to Jacksonville? Or no, or the Ravens? Could he use it with the Ravens?
I think he went to. Not Buffalo. Did he go to Buffalo? That's funny if he did. Hold on, real quick. Who drafted Mekhi Becton? I don't think anybody yet, brother. We've been debating him though.
We've been looking at him at this time now.
Duvernay went to the Bears. Brought to you by Jose from the Poodle Pinche Sports.
Shout out. So Logan Wilson here.
Yeah. Y'all got any pushback for that? Logan Wilson at linebacker?
No.
Y'all already drafted Cole Kmet.
No,
Nah,
I don't think he
He
goes first round.
good there though.
he does. But
I-
not this early. Not with all the players that are of it. I don't know. He would be a fit, right? Aaron Rodgers with Cole Kmet, but
Yeah.
I think their linebacking core sucked.
Yeah. So with the 27th pick, the Seattle Seahawks took Jordan Brooks here. So would he be looked at once again as a linebacker, or let me look at how their depth chart was in 2020?
Probably need an offensive lineman, huh?
Yeah.
You'll see. Right? So whatever.
look at
Maybe
their-
Becton. Maybe Becton. I don't know.
Beckham's getting passed around this draft.
Yeah. Right. We just keep and we're denying him
Yeah,
too. We're
really.
bringing him up and saying, nah, never mind.
Nah, we'll just go with Randy Moss.
Oh,
Randy Moss.
it's getting late. All right. Do you think Green Bay
No.
still takes AJ Dillon in this draft, or they go DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins?
I would rather
I think-
take DeAndre.
Well,
Both of them. Both. Yeah, DeAndre Swift, I think, out of all of them, but
he
both,
fits that play style to a T, what they need.
100%. That's why it's surprising Josh Jacobs actually, fitting in, but Josh Jacobs is a freak athlete. He could do kind
Yeah,
of
true. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to fit in with that team at all.
Likewise. I was confused.
But after seeing it, I'm like, damn, that actually worked.
It doesn't matter in hindsight though when the Giants hand you Saquon. So
What did that have to do with it?
That didn't have to do that. Nothing.
drafted DeAndre Swift or Dobbins. You know what I mean? Either way, it's gonna turn out because the Giants gonna give you Saquon.
So would the Seahawks possibly look at running back here? Because Chris Carson.
Chris Carson was a dog at that point, man.
But he was getting hurt. I think he retired
He was.
not so.
He was.
Because you had DK Tyler, you had Greg Olson, Lyman,
Offensive
Dwayne
lineman.
Brown, former Texans great there. Mikey Potty.
Name the offense. Yeah, name the offensive lineman. I didn't hear anybody that's worth anything. Dwayne Brown.
Yeah, I think you put him at right tackle. Mekhi Becton goes here possibly.
I think anybody on the offensive line. I think Becton and Jonah Jackson are the best ones out there, and I think tackles are more important than guards.
Yeah,
So I
so
agree.
Mekhi Becton here. Let me see.
Finally, Becton's off the board, huh? You're welcome.
At 27, and he was taken. How high was he taken? At 11, so he fell 16 picks.
Sheesh, dude.
So with the 28th pick, the Baltimore Ravens took Patrick Queen, LSU.
What a steal!
Yeah, to have him fall
Yeah,
that
right.
late was
Mhm.
crazy. Because if we look at it though, he was only taking 8 picks ahead. Now in this redraft.
Great balls. Are we gonna let Javon Kinlaw fall to the second round? We definitely are. I don't
I
know
think
about these
so.
guys, but I think Kinlaw has not showed us that he's truly a first round talent. Just in my opinion.
Mhm. So
And
they
you don't even
they-
know that. It's actually very. Congrats to you, dude. You actually watched the game. Good. Sorry.
Yeah, so with this, would they just take Jordan Brooks here?
Baltimore, Jordan Brooks.
If they don't
May-
get Patrick Queen, I think they should get another linebacker. I think there's still a need for a linebacker. Who else was on the board for
think-
linebacker?
Right. You think Jordan Brooks fits this though? Jordan Brooks is like a hybrid kind of. I think maybe what was the safeties we said? Grant Delpit or Kyle Duggar? I think
Yeah,
those are
so
them.
Chuck
those-
Clark and Deshaun Elliott. So I can honestly see Grant
Right.
Delpit go here.
Jeremy Chin.
What?
Yeah, so Grant Delpit or Kyle Duggar.
You know who that is?
Yes. He was a failure. He was a first round failure. Didn't he go to Washington? I forgot where he went, but I don't know where he is now.
He wasn't first round, was he?
I think he was, dude. Hold on. Let me double check for you.
I thought he went later. So who we locked in? Who we locked in again?
So we're looking at safety, Grant Delpit or Kyle Duggar.
Yeah, I would go Duggar.
Duggar.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Duggar.
Now,
Did you like it?
in second round. You're right. You're right, Cody. End of second round. Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina. That's right.
Alrighty, and with the 29th pick, the Tennessee Titans took Isaiah Wilson, Georgia, offensive tackle. One of the worst first-round draft picks ever.
Tennessee. What do you expect, huh?
Yeah.
Greatness.
So let me look at their depth chart at the time. It's probably bad, like always.
If Jordan Brooks is, we haven't got Jordan Brooks out of there.
I'm giving Jordan Brooks. Yep.
If they want the best possible
So
outcome.
Tannehill, Derrick Henry, Corey Davis, AJ Brown.
Yeah, they're fine.
Jonnu, Taylor Lewan, Roger Saffold, Ben Jones, Nate Johnson, Isaiah Wilson, which they shouldn't have took.
Yeah.
So their defense was Jeffrey Simmons, Vic Beasley, Jalen Brown, Rashawn Evans, Harold Andrews. Yeah. So Jordan Brooks here.
He would fit perfectly.
They traded AJ Brown next season.
Yeah.
So the following season.
The GM, by the way.
I remember watching that live, and I was like, "What the?"
That was hilarious. First, I thought Vrabel did it, and I said, "No way, Vrabel gave the okay for this. There's no way." But then it's the GM did, and then you saw Vrabel just. It looked like he was just annoyed the entire season. So.
Oh yeah,
and he was gone.
Yeah.
Brooks.
So with the 30th pick, the Miami Dolphins traded up to come back into the first round to cornerback Noah Iganobi. So cornerback. So they were looking at secondary help here. Right. And I feel like a lot of those guys were gone.
Mm-hmm. The corners,
quarterback wise, yeah. Right. So Grant Delpit possibly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or would you look at edge help? So Alex Highsmith's still out there. Grenard, Bryce Huff.
Was Jalen Phillips there by now or no? That came later.
That was the year after that.
Right. Might be on to something there then. Miami Flores. Brian Flores, right. You get, Alex Highsmith and a Brian Flores style of.
Yeah, so this is when they had two. They got two of this year. Fortunately, none of the wide receivers. I think you look at. They had Matt Breida, Jordan Howard, Eagle Great. Austin Jackson. That's who they took earlier.
Yep.
Guards Eric Flowers, which was horrible from Miami. So would you take Jonah Jackson here, or Jonah Jackson's already off the board?
Nah, Jonah Jackson's still there.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I was gonna say Cole Kmet here or no?
Who was their tight end? Mike Gesicki.
Mike Gesicki was balling.
Yeah.
So they had Shaq Lawson as their DN with Wilkins. So Emmanuel Ogba, Raquan McMillan, Jerome Baker, Kyle Van Noy, Xavier Howard, Brian Jones. So
you said maybe safety then, right? Because Xavier Howard at this time was balling. You said safety.
Yeah, because they had Bobby McCain and Eric Rowe.
Yeah, and both of them suck. Well, he had Eric Rowe.
So Grant Delpit.
Grant Delpit is the best safety available.
Yeah, and it helps with if corners are getting burnt.
Xavier Howard's side was good. Man, what a fall off he had, huh? Remember, he was a top corner.
I don't even think he played this past season.
Bro. Oh, what happened there?
Yeah. So with the 31st pick, the Minnesota Vikings traded back into the first round and took cornerback Jeff Gladney out of TCU. Fortunately, he's not even with the team anymore.
Yeah.
So let me look at who they had at that time.
This they might because they got earlier. Who'd they pick up? Who did we agree on? Minnesota.
They need to get an O line.
They
They
got
got
Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs. Yeah, somebody on the offensive line. So you just mentioned Jonah Jackson.
Yeah.
Put
Yeah,
him up.
let me look at their depth chart real quick.
Who do you think, Jonah Jackson or Jedrick Willis?
I like Willis. I like Willis here.
Jonah's more because we don't know if Jedrick just was a miss or Cleveland just sucks. Right? We don't know. We don't know.
Might
So
be both.
Kirk, Dalvin, Thielen.
Yeah.
Guard was
Pat-
And he's
Pat
been hurt.
Eiflin. Pat Eiflin or Dakota Dozer. So
Yeah.
with Kirk
guard.
Cousins,
Yeah.
Jonah Jackson, man.
Yeah, I like either or though. Yeah.
I don't even know. I know kind of no-name guys. I don't know who the heck those guys are.
Okay, and then the defending champs at this time, the Kansas City Chiefs took Clyde Edwards-Helaire, running back, and that was a
Ain't
bad
that
move.
crazy? They got
I-
Jonathan Taylor was there. That's imagine
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor and the oh goodness, that would piss me off.
So with that, would they have taken DeAndre Swift,
Yes, 6 foot here.
or would you
And it'd be
take?
perfect for him.
I would take
one of the
Jonathan
DNs.
Taylor.
Well, no,
Oh,
Jonathan
you
Taylor was
already
already
did.
taken. Yeah, 20,
Okay.
21 in the Eagles. So would you rather take DeAndre Swift or one of the edge rushers, Alex Highsmith?
DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift.
I'm going DeAndre Swift right here.
He said he got to go first round.
Jonah Jackson taking care of Kirk and Prime down with Cook. Yep, completely agree. Okay, so you say running back other than the who? Real quick, just for giggles, who was their edge rushers at that time?
Let me look it up.
Who cares? They got Chris Jones.
Right.
But what was
That's-
he even there? Where
They
was that
really
like his
did.
first?
He was there.
Or like his first year?
2019, I think. No.
The defense was good though that year, I think.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You give Pat DeAndre Swift out of the backfield, dog. Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
So Pat Mahomes, they had Tyreek, Watkins, McCall
Oh,
Hartman,
Yeah.
Kelsey.
You add DeAndre Swift to that? That's nasty.
So let me
It's
look
like
at
what
Alex
they did.
Okafor, Frank Clark. Frank Clark was still playing pretty good at that time. Chris Jones, Damian Wilson, Anthony Hitchens, Willie Gay, Charvarius Ward.
Oh, they did have Tre'Davious Ward.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I could feel DeAndre or maybe a safety here because
Man, I
Juan
say-
Thornhill and Tyrann Matthew. Well, no, I'm like
I-
free safety and safeties
Nah.
were. Yeah, I think DeAndre would be perfect at this point.
Yeah, I say if it's y'all don't say Highsmith, yeah, got to be a running back then.
Yeah, like Swift was what they thought Clyde Edwards-Helaire would be.
Right.
Yeah, that's also true. And I think Pat Mahomes is the oh, there you go. I think I saw that. Pat Mahomes himself wanted Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now he's a two-time champ. He wanted him, and he just stuck around too. But you know, yeah. Let's put this up here real quick. Either way, Brady and Tampa go on to stomp Kansas City that year.
But what they if they didn't have Tristan Wirfs? Tristan Wirfs was really key to that team.
He sure was. All I know is it's Tom Brady. So I'm going with 12. I don't know about you guys.
No, I know, but hindsight 2020. You know.
Yeah. Okay, so you say Kansas City Swift. All right. It's very good, fellas.
And then so look at this. Like we still left some centers off the board on the board. I know it's centers, but Cushenberry, Biotis, Alex Highsmith, John Gurnard, Bryce Huff, Jedrick Willis, guys that I wrote down. Grant Delpit. Those are at least 6 guys I feel like could possibly
Delpit got to Miami. We voted.
Yeah, we took Delpit.
over Miami. Okay,
30.
okay, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
30, okay. Yeah, okay. But yeah, there was like 4 or 5 guys I still had written down possibly.
There's a lot of guys too that we kind of missed out. Brady 316 says he just whooped Patty's gluteus
Dang. That was
Eat it.
blasphemous.
Eat it, guys. Eat it. Hey, I got a quick question, fellas. Are we done with the draft?
Yeah.
Great draft. I don't think at least we got to agree on some things. That's cool, and we got to hash out what we didn't agree on, but then came to an agreement, so that's great. I had damn it. Where's the question? controversial. Oh, not trivia, but a question to see. What team has not made the playoffs the longest period of time?
The Jets.
Okay. Since we're talking about 2020, name the 3 teams that haven't made the playoffs since 2020. Just 2020.
So Jets, Panthers,
No, not the Titans.
Jets, Panthers.
Actually, give me 5 teams because there's teams that before 2020, but 2020 and before. So
Saints.
Yes. Name it again. Okay, Saints, Panthers.
Jets.
Yep. Well, I already got the Jets.
Cardinals.
Nope.
No, I think they made it one time. Saints, Panthers, Jets.
Don't let
Bears.
Joe defend. All right, good. All right, there's another one. Good. Now
You say the Bears?
Yeah, Bears and the Falcons. You're missing
The
one.
Bucks.
All right,
No,
so
they just won.
this will be a fun.
Oh,
this
yeah,
will be
you're
fun.
right, yeah.
Hold on. Before you guys answer, this will be more fun. Next thing y'all say, if it's wrong, you can't guess anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
It's one team. Don't be quiet now.
Oh,
What you want to
think about the team and then say it. But if you get it wrong, stop guessing. I want to get the other guys to guess.
I think I know, but I don't want to say.
Wait, so that's the question. That's another team.
so there were 6
it's one more.
teams?
It's one more team. Yeah. So I didn't consider the Jets. You already got that right. So it's
Okay. So there's one more team.
one more.
I want them to guess first
the
so I have
Saints.
more elimination.
Yeah, right on. Smart. You got the Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Bears, of course the Jets. But
Was
there's
it
one
the
more
Giants?
team. And
No, Giants went to the playoffs.
yeah, they remember they won that game in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm stuck between 2 teams.
So Joe's out.
Yep.
No more guessing for you, Joe.
I got like half the teams right.
Yeah, it's
Well, thanks for nothing.
right on. Come on.
Who are you feeling, Jalen?
I can't. Okay, he's doing it again. What you thinking, man? Huh? You thinking what I'm thinking?
All right,
Say it
I'll
on one
submit mine. I
Say
won't
it.
be scared.
I don't.
The
I don't
Raiders.
think. Nope. All right,
No.
Jalen. It's all on you. I don't think you guys are gonna get it.
So the only team that hasn't been to the playoffs is since 2020.
Yes,
Oh,
and if you get it
God,
wrong,
no.
then I'll give you a hint. But
Okay, hold on. Let me.
don't just.
I
Guess.
feel like it's an NFC team. Hold on. I'm gonna take a shot at dark here.
Okay.
And I am going to say. Seahawks.
No.
I don't know
Okay.
why. I
It's the
just took a-
Patriots.
Seahawks. Yeah. Didn't they just make the play?
I just took a shot.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Right on.
It's the Patriots or Colts.
Okay. So I'll give you the hint. Jalen, you're wrong. It's not an NFC team.
Okay.
Right. I knew it was AFC, but I couldn't get it.
Now,
On.
if you guess, Cody, you got it. If
I
you're
knew
wrong.
it's one of the 2 I named.
Might be, might not.
Or it could be the Broncos. No, wait. Did they just made the playoffs, right?
Broncos
last
just
year? Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
I think-
I'm thinking of more past, not as much
right,
relevant.
right. Like relevant. Yeah, I got it. Whenever y'all want. AFC.
It's an AFC team.
Yep.
Oh. Let's get.
Oh wow, you're gonna be real.
Cowboys.
Okay.
Looking at.
AFC team that hasn't been to the playoffs
Since 2020, and actually 2020, the Falcons, the Panthers were 2017, but still since 2020 fell in.
Dang.
But yeah, so Joe, it's not an NFC team. You get one more guess. You guess wrong,
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Patriots. I'm submitting that.
you're wrong. All right.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's messed up. Yeah, right there. But, that's 2021. Okay, give us some respect. Mac Jones. Huh?
For real? Well,
Anybody say the Raiders?
Say it again.
No, no one said that. No.
The Raiders?
That's Cody's wrong for that. He said it. So there's your guess. Go ahead, Joe. Let us.
I'm
What
wrong.
happened?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
what
wrong.
happened?
It's not the
2021.
Raiders.
The Raiders 2021.
No, they didn't.
Oh, when they could have tied, and then they ended up not doing it. Right.
All right. So Joe, AFC team is the team. You get the final guess. Otherwise, I'm just telling you who it is. No, I'm gonna let you guess a little bit more. But it's an AFC team.
What teams did we say again? I'm
You
trying.
said the Saints. Well, I'll tell you what you're correct on. The Saints, the Jets, Falcons, Panthers, Bears. All correct.
Damn, all NFC teams.
Jose, you are wrong. I'm not gonna put the comment.
What was the fifth team I said real quick? The Saints, Jets, Falcons, Bears.
Saints, Jets, Falcons, Bears, Panthers.
And you said this was an AFC team?
AFC.
So,
Yeah, that ain't right, dude. That ain't right. Bless you.
Thank you. So since Detroit made an NFC championship, is now the Cowboys the longest drought in the NFC?
Yep, the longest drought. The longest.
It don't matter.
That's crazy.
The longest drought
Doesn't
we've
matter.
ever seen. Joe, you never seen one of those things.
Don't matter.
Mendoza. That's funny. That's funny. Mendoza, I see you in the comments. I'm not going to put it out there so they don't get a nice
He's
little
got
hint.
it right.
You're wrong.
What teams have y'all said? Because I was having to charge my.
I said the Raiders.
And what'd you say,
That's
Cody?
not it.
Nothing.
Yeah, there you go, Cody. You're thinking like
I'm competitive. You think Tom Brady would tell you the answer?
No.
Yes, if he wants to win, you're on his
Well,
team.
But
The
this is how you-
Titans?
No. 2021. That was a good
Okay,
guess. 2021.
Did we get to go again?
Yes.
Okay, the Colts submitted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was one of either the Patriots or the Colts. It was one of them.
Oh, because I remember the Patriots whenever they're throwing a bunch of crazy stuff on the field against the Bills.
Oh, okay.
Dildos.
I kind of
Yep.
remember that.
Well, you were gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it.
Yeah. Dildos were the
From
paraphernalia.
Belichick's personal stash.
Okay, dude. All right. How else are you gonna? You got to what? A 20-year-old?
Right.
All right. Let's just stop. Let's stop. All right. Well, last thing. Top remaining free agents: Aaron Rodgers, Amari Cooper, Asante Samuel Jr., Justin Simmons, J.K. Dobbins, Mike Hilton, Tyler Lockett. If anybody else, you can name them. Who do you think is the most valuable, other than like Aaron Rodgers? I think is the easiest answer. But
No,
who do you think's the
Samuels
most
is.
valuable? Asante
Samuels.
Samuel. I agree, actually. Yeah. Where do you think he might go? He's a young talent corner.
Yep.
Samuels.
Philly.
He should go to
That would be
Cincinnati.
great for y'all, dude. Oh my
Should go
goodness. that
should
would
go to
piss me off.
Cincinnati.
They need it, right? Yeah. Will they pay him? I don't think they'll pay him. I mean, he ain't gonna go cheap. I don't think. He's a
I'm
young
like
talent. and he's good.
one year rental. Why not ball out and get a big contract?
Oh yeah, did we ever discuss Russ to the Giants and Diggs to New England? We
Well,
semi-discussed Diggs to New England. Russ to the Giants. I mean, did we discuss that?
It's just another retread. They think it's gonna be okay. I'm like, just do what you're supposed to do. Draft another young quarterback and see if you can hit.
Right.
Like continue. Russell Wilson's not gonna get you any closer to a Super Bowl, any closer to the playoffs. So why do
You
that?
don't think he'll get you close to the playoffs?
No, not with that division.
Yeah, with
I'm
what
like-
around him.
I'm like the Eagles, Commanders, and Cowboys are all better than the Giants.
But when it comes to their offense versus defense, Dallas Cowboys defense, we don't know. Y'all are up in the air. Y'all aren't great, but y'all don't suck. Eagles
Yeah.
defense should be good. I don't think they'll be as good as last year. And then Washington's defense, still a question mark. They came up like their momentum is swinging in the right direction, but last year wasn't good.
The Giants still the worst team in the NFC.
Yeah, NFC
No.
East or NFC?
The whole
NFC.
NFC
What?
East possibly.
No, they're not.
Nah, NFC. I
The
disagree.
Cowboys are the worst team in the NFC East.
Oh, okay, let's
Oh,
go.
I'm not.
Let's,
Guys,
let's talk
y'all
about
can't-
it.
no, let's be fair. Y'all can't do after the shit I called last year. Y'all can't do that to me this year. You like respectfully, you can't. Like, cause I called the division from head to toe. Like, you cannot do that.
Okay.
So,
No, but
Like-
then you said they were going to be second. And you start the Cowboys in the playoffs.
bro, that's some bullshit. I called the division.
No,
17.
you can't. I misspoke. That's what he did.
Yeah, I mean, who cares about all that? But the division, I stood firm on that the whole time. I said when I said the Commanders would take a step up and y'all would take a step back. No. All y'all said no. And
Well,
that's
I agreed on the last part. I didn't think Washington would be any good, but yeah.
So by me saying, I think the Cowboys might be again. We gotta wait for the draft. But I'm just saying, as it sits right now, the Cowboys have a chance to be the worst team in the NFC East this next year. Like, I think it's a battle right now between the Cowboys and Giants for that last place spot. I think the Commanders are going to sit at 2-3 comfortably. The Eagles are going to be the only back-to-back champion we've seen in a very long time in the NFC East.
Right.
And
You don't think the Saints are going to be worse?
the
No,
Saints,
he's saying NFC East. That's what he's talking about.
Oh, NFC East. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like it.
No, NFC.
It-
No, the NFC belongs to the Saints till further notice.
Hey,
As long as Derek
depends.
Carr's the quarterback,
it
the
depends.
Saints are the worst team.
Okay, I
goodness.
agree. I concede my opinion. It is any team led by Derek Carr. That is true.
Wow.
I'm sorry,
You
Milton.
You guys are something. Well, I mean, I don't know how to feel about the Saints coming up, but all I do know is, I mean, you really liked Kellen Moore, right?
Who, me?
Oh, with the Eagles,
I'm like,
the Eagles, yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Okay, but I know you didn't, Joe, and it just went and blew up in your face. But when it comes to Derek Carr, I mean, before he got hurt, sure, it was a downfall, but his stats were fine. So again,
Bro.
every time y'all talk about Derek Carr, I just don't get it. I don't
But-
get it, dude. What does he prove? What is he showing you that he's absolutely terrible? I don't get it.
quarterback, right?
How
That's-
is he? If we go on how many games he played and we go on their passer rating and the QBR and touchdown interception ratio, he's better than a lot of the quarterbacks that you think are good.
Sure, but at the same time, every franchise that he's been the quarterback of, winning, right? I know winning's not all on him. I get it's a team sport,
All right.
but him honing in as a franchise quarterback, I'm not sold on him. I've never been sold on him because the deepest he's been, what is the second round of playoffs? I think, like maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sold on Derek Carr.
He's
And
got
then-
one playoff
and,
win.
he's on the back end of his career, and I'm still not sold on him. So it's like that's I'm good. Like I'll take these newer guys before Derek Carr. Give me C.J. Stroud. Give me JD5. Give me Jalen
Don't
Hurts.
even.
about Bryce Young.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Bryce Young?
I'm taking Bryce Young right now.
I'll take Bryce Young right now.
Bryce Young after the bench, hell yeah.
Oh, you're talking about now because Derek Carr is older?
He
I'm
hasn't.
talking about today.
He just hasn't sold me on being a franchise quarterback, and now we're on the back end of his career.
Mhm.
I'm not sold. He might put up the numbers again. I'm not arguing a lot of numbers this year. I'm going to realize that because our numbers
right on.
numbers are kind of just all over the place. But just as a franchise quarterback, I'm not sold on him. Like I just have been. He was the best 2-week quarterback I've ever seen. Like
No, I don't even think he was because remember, he didn't do much. He didn't have to do much. He just threw lobs to I can't think of the receiver.
Rashid
Shaheed.
Yeah.
And the running game was working and the defense was playing well. He didn't have to do much. So I don't really say that. But one, also, I don't get me wrong, I get why you're not going to be a stat guy, but I do think stats mean something. Because if we looked at stats, we would have said easily that Philly would beat Kansas City, right? Stats mean a lot. The defense is this, the offense is this. The stats mean something. It just, just context, but stats mean something. Just put that up.
Yeah, I guess I'm just.
But whatever. All right, I'm done defending Derek Carr. Next year, even if he has a great first couple games, I'm done. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to let him do whatever he wants to do. If he makes the playoffs and it's because of him, somebody owes me an apology. That's all. I'm not going to say anything anymore. But whatever. Don't think I fell off the bandwagon. But I'm not going to say anything anymore. Whatever.
I'll leave Derek Carr alone.
Hey, and when we had this discussion we were going to have a discussion on, I forgot what, but I had all of this paperwork on who Derek Carr had a better passer rating than. I was going to cook all of you, but that conversation never came about. So it's a conversation that'll never be had. I was going to cook everything because I would have brought up this quarterback. You would have said, oh, he's good. And I would have said, well, this Derek Carr is better at this, but whatever. I'm not going to bring it up anymore. Okay. One more thing. Jose, stats also say Derek Carr has only 3 winning season and is under 500 in wins. Yes, that is true. That is but every time y'all do that again, I've never said, oh, only winning has to do with Derek Carr as good or bad.
Right.
He always had a league bottom defense. So I think that has something to do. But whatever, I'm done with it. Okay. Derek Carr peaked in 2016 and has fallen off the Eli Manning cliff. See, I disagree there.
Call that a peak.
Eli Manning had like what? He led the league in interceptions like 3-4 years. So I disagree there.
Is it
All
Derek Carr or Kirk Cousins?
Who would I pick right now?
Well, just in general, because they kind of have that weird up and down ish
Both
career.
of them. Yeah. Well, if I picked right now, like y'all were doing, I'm picking Derek Carr. Kirk Cousins just got benched.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
He looked terrible off of an Achilles injury. Derek Carr. Go ahead.
No,
Yeah, you did. I thought the offensive line would be better, but it didn't play up to par like I thought it would. Honestly.
You don't see too many people bouncing back from Achilles injuries, man. That's hard.
And career-wise, Cody, I still pick Derek Carr because I didn't. Kirk Cousins had much more help either with weapons, with defense, or with play calling than Derek Carr has.
Fair.
It's a very good discussion. If you said Kirk Cousins is better, I wouldn't fight you on it. But I thought we were discussing about winners. Too much Derek Carr. All right, yeah, you're right. Stop. All right, family. Well, y'all got anything else before we close out the show? I had like a bunch of controversy things, but it wasn't sports related. Someday we'll get into that kind of stuff, but we'll get there when we get there. But y'all make sure y'all say y'all's piece. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you everybody for being here. Jose, thank you for being here, bro. Great Balls Mendoza. You are the man, dude. You stayed here for 2.5 hours. Much appreciation to you as well, brother.
Whoever you are, man, badass name.
Much love and appreciation. Now, fellas, tell everybody where they can find you, and then we'll close it out.
So it's the Sports Mailman. Find me on TikTok at the Sports Mailman, and every Sunday, if you want to talk baseball, find me and Cody under the People's Debate umbrella, the ninth inning stretch.
And you can find me on TikTok at YT Cody, and also like Joe just went over on Sundays, we're going to be on ninth inning stretch as well, talking baseball.
And you can find me on TikTok at JalenWest._. Do daily lives, but not right now. And not in off season. I'm in off season right now, but when the football season comes back around, daily lives, all football content, and daily devotionals.
Amen. Everybody, thank you for being here, fellas. Thank y'all for gracing me with y'all's presence for this long 2.5 hour show. We'll be back in, let's say, 2 weeks, but we might have something cooking up. We'll see. We'll talk about it. But much love, appreciation. Until next time.